Donnie Houston.
All right, we
There
good.
we go.
Yeah, man. So, man, let's get into it, man.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Let's chop it up, man. Let's put it out in the streets, man. Ask me anything you want to, man. I'm an open book, man. You
Bet,
know what I'm
bet.
saying? The streets need to hear, and I'm sure you got some questions on your mind just about straight profit, the general music industry in Houston, S.U.C type stuff. Let's roll. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Mike D the
Yeah,
other day, and so I liked y'all interview on that. Of course, you know that. You know what I'm saying? And me and him chopped it up. So I'm ready for you, man. I'm ready to give it to the world, man. H
yeah,
Town streets, man.
yeah. Let's do it. Well, man, tell me what. I mean, I know straight profit, but prior to that, like, what were you doing? Were you into rap prior to starting the label? Like, what was your whole thing going into that? Like, prior to straight profit?
Man, it's kind of crazy, man. You know, I was in college, doing the school thing, and
What
I
school?
graduated. I went to TSU. I graduated from TSU.
Nice. Me too. What
Okay.
what you
Yeah,
got a degree in?
public affairs.
Okay. I'm
Public
broadcast
affairs.
journalism. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so well, you right on time. That's what my son is doing right now. He in communications.
Okay.
But after I did that, man, I left. And I tried, the work thing for a second, man. And at the time, I was just such a dreamer that my mind wouldn't allow me to do no 9 to 5 type stuff. So I worked for maybe a year, and then I got into the music industry. My first album was Block Bleeders Down South, and then my second album was the smash hit, Youngster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from there on, man, I took in, and did my best with the music thing, ran with it, and it worked out for me, man. I'm glad I did it because I got so many stories and so much that I accomplished from where I came from and what I'm doing. It just feels good to be able to share with other people, the game, things, the do's and don'ts. I paid for it.
Yeah.
You understand? And got blitzed, because it's a dirty industry.
Yeah.
You ain't dealing with nothing but crooks.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like in this game, you deal with, this is the quickest way for somebody to get out of a depressed situation as far as their life is concerned. And music is an outlet, of course. You understand? It's a way to express yourself. It's a way to get out the hood. It's a way to live that lifestyle that they see on TV and hear on radio. But shit, once you get into it, you really see, the people that come from the streets and jump into the music game, they don't leave the streets behind.
Yeah.
They bring that shit with them. You follow what I'm saying? So their natural business instincts is sometimes, I don't want to call it crooked, but you got to be sharp. You got to have some wit about yourself, or you rat food. Bottom line, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. So
you
did
know
you
that.
did you start straight profit by yourself, or what? Did you have like a business partner with you?
Man, I had two business partners at the time. A guy from Mobile, Alabama. His name was Dre. We called him Boogie. And another guy named Jordan Williams, which was I hired him and brought him in with my company. He was a childhood friend, and he went to Thurgood Marshall Law School. So I knew I was gonna need the legal help to kind of keep me from getting ate up. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? That's where he came in. I had the business sense. I was real savvy with my business. You
Yeah.
know, but business sense, being a good businessman is not knowing. I mean, knowing what you can't do. Meaning you have a general knowledge of everything, but you hire people who have great knowledge on that one specific topic.
They
You
specialties. Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, they specialize. Now, I knew basic legal, terms and strategies and things that I was trying to achieve as far as contracts, as far as how I wanted my company and artists to be represented, but I didn't have that legal sense because I've been in the book and I've been to school for it. So I had to hire somebody for that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I've done in every aspect of my career. I'm a general businessman, and I go out and get people who specialize in each one of these situations to help me be successful. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So the first release was the compilation, and
yeah. It
then
was
you released Youngster. That was the first. So how did you have artists signed before Youngster, and Youngster just kind of beat everybody out because he had the most jamming record, or was he the first act and he just went first?
nah, man. This it's kind of crazy, man. The first. My first artist was Grace.
Okay.
That boy Grace, Screwed Up
Rest
Creek,
in
which
peace,
was,
Grace. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
R.I.P. man, which was another one of my homies. You feel what I'm saying? And he was from the Mo. You feel what I'm saying? Just like Ro was from the Mo, and we was all, me and Grace was hustle partners back when I was doing things I ain't had no business doing.
Well,
And
are you from the Mo as well, or are you
yeah,
or not?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm from the Mo. I'm from the Mo. I got my heart on the West, foreign part. I done, like I said, I started out in Missouri City. That's where I grew up at, and you know, I ventured out like anybody else into the rest of the Houston area. You feel what I'm saying? And Grace was one of those kids. Like I said, he was about 4 or 5 years younger than me, but we was cool. He was an athlete in high school, great athlete. Him and his brother, him and Los, they was both major athlete. Los could have went pro. It's kind of crazy. The rap game and the street game kind of threw Los off track.
Mm.
And Grace could have went pro in baseball, but the streets was calling him.
Yes.
Both Grace and his brother Carlos was trained athletes. Their dad was real strict on them as far as sports was concerned, and they both was good. Grace was good in baseball, and Los was good in basketball, and they both got scholarships. One went to Colorado. I can't remember where Grace went to when he
So
got,
were
but
they at the Ridge or what school were they at?
they were at the Ridge.
Huh.
Los played on the state championship team with Willow Ridge.
My big homie Jason Williams was on that team, man.
Yeah, I think Daniel Hewin
You
or
wait, wait,
some.
wait, wait,
I
wait.
think
You ain't nah, that was a little bit later. That was later.
okay, that was later.
You talking about
I'm,
94,
I'm
I think it was.
no, not with Los. Yeah, it might have been about. No, it might have been. No, it had to be a little bit later than '94. I don't know. But I know Los was on that state championship team, and I know
Okay.
he got a scholarship and went to Colorado.
Okay.
Play point guard. Then he left Colorado and came back. I want to
Wait,
say
this is
to
crazy.
Bled.
He played ball in college? No shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. Los was man, he was a third athlete, man. Like I said, Grace and them, the rapping thing with Grace and Los was their second career. They first shine in life as far as what they plan to do. They were both athletes. Grace was nice in baseball, but his dad was nice in baseball, and so he kind of took on to that. I don't know how Carlos ended up on the basketball side, but me and Grace played little league against each other. That's how crazy it was. Grace was playing with the. I'm 5 years older than Grace, and he
Oh
was
wait, you
playing with
just
the big.
said that. Damn. So he was
Yeah,
that cold. Yeah.
he was playing with the big boys.
Yeah.
He was on the majors team instead of like whatever come after. Instead of the Pee Wees, he played majors his whole time. He was nice too. Old Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Grace was my first artist, man. But me and Youngstar, we was all from the Southwest. You feel what I'm saying? And Youngstar at the time, he was over on Fondren, hustling in Cobblestone. Back that's what it used to be called, Cobblestone, Brook Bend, Tiffany Place, Ludren Park, all those little apartments that go from Belford to airport, in
Yeah.
between Belford and airport. So that's where they was roaming at, you know what I'm saying? So I was basically picking up kids in the hood that, I had some type of relationship with, but they also was trying to do the rap thing on the other side. Yeah, man, it ended up working, man. With youngsters, we did all right with the block bleeder, but it was just like an interest into the game. You understand what I'm saying? But with youngsters album, he was hot off of "Wanna Be a Baller" with Lil Troy,
Yeah.
and then boom, after he did that "Wanna Be a Baller," man, I dropped that knocking pictures off the wall, and that shit hit like wildfire.
The
Before
timing
I
was
knew it,
perfect. I remember recording that shit off the radio as a kid,
yeah,
man. Like
yeah,
that was a
yeah,
big deal. Like, man, Youngster got a song now. You know what I'm saying? And it's the June 27 beat. Like what we known him
yeah.
for. You know what I'm saying? It
That's
was
why I
perfect.
did that though.
Yeah.
Guess who to peep the game? So I'm sitting there with Mad Hatter. Me and Mad Hatter chopping game. We were good friends. And I was like, Hat, man, what should I do? I had let him hear knocking pictures off the wall, but it was on a different track. So I was like, man, what should I do with this album, man? What should I do with this song? He was like, man, you should put that song on the knocking pictures off the wall beat, which was made by Jermaine Dupri. And I'm gonna get into all that shit a little bit later. But I did it, remixed it. Jaime, I don't know if you know Jaime.
Yeah, I remember on the
Harmonizer,
podcast you talked about it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jaime Bradshaw. He made the beat from it. Jaime made the remake of Jermaine's Dupri original beat, which was a crisscross track.
Yeah.
Remember them kids crisscross?
Yeah,
Okay, so it
yeah.
was they
Niggas in
track.
the streets
The
ain't right. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So Jermaine Dupri made it, and I took it. I said, shit, let me get that, man. You know what I'm saying? And now this the crazy thing about it, man. From the perspective I was coming from at the time with the music thing, I was hogging the game, and I would take your track because my attitude was, if I don't get sued, then that mean I ain't doing shit no way.
Huh.
If I end up having to pay you for this track, that means I did something. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was my natural goal, to take that knocking pictures off the wall and blow it out the water to where Jermaine Dupri would be calling, talking about, hey, man, you know that's my song. You owe me some money for that. And
Huh.
shit. And as funny as it be said, shit, I ended up paying him 25 grand for the track, for the rights to use the track.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So I sold 100,000 units, man, before I signed with Sony. I sold 100,000 units independently through Southwest Wholesale.
Cause
Back in the day, that was
y'all had the cover on there. Y'all had one cover. I think it was the one with his mom, and then it switched to the other cover, right? That's when y'all did the deal,
right,
right?
right.
Yeah.
When I did the deal, the cover switched up just a little bit, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it was all the way live. So the deal, it wasn't nothing but maybe 3 or 4 more songs. Sony came in looking to piggyback off of what I had already done. See, I had already sold $100,000, 100,000 albums. I spent 350,000 on the album. At that time, we was getting paid $7 per CD that we sell, and I had made 700 grand before I even knew it. Took the 350 back, then went to grinding. But see, what people don't know about the music business is, the more money that you make, the more money you got to spend. It ain't no business that you can get in and think you're gonna profit and then hold back on the money. You gotta keep going in, you gotta keep spending, you gotta keep re-upping. And it's not no cheap business. You know, it's a very expensive business. Marketing, promotion, travel, all these things, shit. You can even throw drug habits and lifestyles of the artists on there. They fucks their money off. They forget what they done got. Because during the time, you got to realize somebody like Youngstar. You know, Youngstar, what was live about him was his voice. Let's just be clear about that. That was it. He wasn't a fabulous writer of music. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just like somebody like Z-Ro, who can sit down and make you visualize a song. He was just flat out, I'm gonna get on here and
He
freestyle
was
and
just
just say
throw.
what.
He was just throw. He
Yeah,
was a throw young player. Yeah.
and his voice was like the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper was the kid, the guy who would play the
Who
flute,
got the kids to come
and
follow him.
that's
Yeah.
what Youngstar did. So
Yeah.
my thing, when I threw when I threw those kids on the song, because that was my idea, the hook,
Big
me and
now you
Youngstar,
black knocking pictures out you wild. Yeah.
I did that for that very reason, because I wanted to sell the album based on the children. Anybody that knows the music business knows, once you get above a certain age, you stop buying music. You stop going to the store. That's how it was then. Now, because music is on people's phones, you still have people that are buyers. They're streamers. You understand what I'm saying? Now, but guess what? They streaming. The people my age, the people that have gotten up in the age, that came up in the rap generation, they're not streaming the new music. They're not streaming the Quans and the Little Babies and the Baby and well, they might do Megan. Once somebody reaches mainstream like Megan Stallion, they'll stream her. But they streaming the shit that they jammed when they was young, when
Yeah.
they was in their heyday, when they was flipping around. You follow what I'm saying? So that turns this game into someone where we were just going after from 16 to 27, 16 to 28, which was the major CD buying public of the music business, to where now the whole world is your public. The internet and social media made this shit so much easier as far as sales. Now, we lost money. We lost money because of streaming.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Motherfucking 2 million, 3 million people be done listen to your album and you ain't seen not a dollar for not the type of dollar that you're supposed to see.
You might see a
It,
dollar.
yeah, now if you got 2 million, 3 million people go on iTunes and they buy your single, guess what?
Yeah,
You did something then.
yeah,
But 2 million, 3 million streams, that ain't no money. That ain't the type of money I was looking for, or the type of money that I made in the game early on. You understand what I'm saying? So I ended up as time went on, I switched to the internet and had to adapt to the scenes because you got to realize I came out when records and tapes was on.
yeah.
I was taking snippets and putting them on tapes, and we was passing them out the trunk and selling music out the trunk. That shit went away, but I'm a dinosaur in this game. You understand? But I knew now how to hustle. See, that music game and the way it was when I came into it, it taught me how to hustle. The hustle is easy now with the music. It ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying? But then, man, imagine getting in the car and driving all around the country trying to put an album on.
Yeah.
I'm paying street promoters. I'm paying the shit out of radio. I'm paying the shit out of television in different markets where I feel like my product would sell. It was real, man. It was real as fuck, and like I said, I learned a lot from it, man. So anyway, man, I went on to Youngstar,
With the
and
youngster thing, now it was something I was seeing. Were y'all in a partnership with this, or was he an artist? Was he an artist, or were y'all in a partnership at this time when y'all did the first album?
no,
Okay.
Youngstar was never okay. So listen, man, and just like anybody else, I got ears, so I hear things, and you know, you got artists, man, who take shit and put it the way that they want the streets to know, however it makes them look good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, man, Youngstar did not have not one solo song on his album. That shit was like a compilation. Many people don't even know that was Lil Flex on the
On the
second
second
verse.
verse, yeah.
How about this? Sony ain't know that shit until I got in front of their face and got ready to sign the contracts. They was finna pay me $500,000, and they did not know that wasn't Youngstar on that whole entire album.
Damn.
But I did that purposely too, because Youngstar was lazy. He didn't want to rap. All he wanted to do was get fucked up. Just real talk. Which wouldn't have been a problem if you wanted to work too. You understand? And that goes to show you that, like I said, he don't have no solo songs on the album, so it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Why you don't have no solo songs on the solo album? So I had Lil James and Lil Flex, which sounded exactly like Youngstar,
Yeah.
but they were clear and they could write.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I gotta give big props up, man. If I never did to Lil Flex, definitely, and Lil James, man, they definitely helped Youngstar out at the time. But all the artists I had on the label was doing the writing for Young. Grace was doing the writing. Solo D was doing the writing. Kool-Aid was doing the writing. Kool-Aid, they all came up with 2 or 3 songs, and then let Youngstar come in and they come up with the hooks. Let Youngstar come in and do his one verse, and he gone back to being Youngstar. You feel what I'm saying? He wanted the money, he wanted the lifestyle, but he didn't want the work that came with it, man. It was kind of a disappointment. You understand? But it put me in a situation to move on and do what I was gonna do in the future with my company. Had I not done that, I wouldn't have been in position. It blew signing to that major label allowed my label to become a household name.
That's what I
And
was gonna say, because
yeah,
what I was saying was I heard something about, he was saying that he turned down a solo deal so y'all could get, I guess, a label deal or something like that. So was it a
bro.
label deal with y'all when y'all signed
It,
the
it,
major, or
it,
was it?
listen, so listen. Youngstar did first of all. Youngstar did not own any percentage of my label, none whatsoever. He was an artist, and he was eventually under an artist contract where at the time he was supposed to get 18%. Period. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a businessman, and I was hustling to get this money and come up with the funds to do what I do. I couldn't ever see myself taking an artist and making him a businessman, making him a part. We not equal. And I'm not even finna play that game. I'm a general. You a soldier. Soldiers don't come into the officers' lounge. It is what it is. And I don't make no bones about it. It's business. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm spending all my money and Dre spending his money and the people, you're not gonna get paid like the people that's hustling and coming up with the ways that we can make money. You're gonna get paid like an artist. But actually, Youngstar, you know, man, Youngstar, I paid Youngstar very good. Youngstar probably received over the course of that one album about 200 grand, which was way more than he was supposed to. He received 100 grand at one time right before Bayou Classic. When we first signed the deal, I wrote Youngstar a $100,000 check, and that nigga disappeared on me for a whole month and a half. What you think he was doing?
Yeah.
But you know, man, hey, that's neither here or there. You know, one thing I know for sure, you know, I took Youngstar from a position of being on the streets hustling, put him in a position to where he's a house on a name. At the time, this nigga was on the cover of the Houston Chronicle, bro. Like, he was on.
Yeah.
But he wasn't on because he was doing the business. He was on because the person that was handling the business knew what they was doing and knew where to place him so that he can be on. Man, it's a magic trick, bro. It's a chemistry problem. Either you know what A plus B is or you don't. If you
Yeah.
know what A plus B is and where to plug in at and use your connection, then you are successful in the situation. This is not something that artists can do. And to prove that, what has Youngstar done since knocking pictures off the wall? Name me his last album. Name me a song off that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Can't do it. You feel what I'm saying? So the nigga who you got with that put you on, you know, you didn't want to do what you were supposed to do. You didn't want to handle your business. But 20 years later, shit, my product and album still selling. I'm about to drop an album with Mike D and Z-Ro, you know what I'm saying, called Two the Hard Way. I'm still in the game. What is you doing, bro? And I'm so thorough with this situation, this thing, I could take Youngstar right now if he was ready to work and put him right back where he left off at. At least in position to do something. But, you know, that ain't, you know, at the end of the day, you know, and I've seen Youngstar several times, 3 or 4 times, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we talked. One day he was talking a little fly, you know what I'm saying? You know, like he wanted to be physical, or he thought he wanted to be physical. It was at Mike D house. And I hit him with that, hey, you know, I understand you got some problems or some whatever you got going on, but type of man I am. I said, man, we can go in that backyard and you can ask Mike D that. We can go in that backyard and you can get it up off your chest, bro. Nah, I'm good. Okay, well then quit talking that shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know, this game. I never promote those type of situations or whatever. I'm just me and you talking, and I'm just an open book, and I'm just telling you the truth and the real. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you can quote me on everything I said, man. You know. So man, after I left, you know, I did like I said, I did the Sony thing. We sold 100,000, turned around and signed to Sony,
So
five
wait,
hundred
wait, wait. So
seven.
that deal, that was a straight profit deal. That was for the label.
That was for the label.
Yeah.
That was for the label. It was not a solo deal. They carried the artist off of my label. Then when Youngstar didn't want to do what he was supposed to do, I mean, not couldn't go in the studio and do simple shit like radio drops, you know, period. Finally, I just said, you know, I seen the situation declining. And the last thing I wanted to do was have my label caught up in a situation where I couldn't drop to other artists like Z-Ro, like Grace, like Wood, you know what I'm saying, like C9. So I moved on, man. I moved on. You know, I dropped. I came up with a situation. Had my lawyer get with Sony, and they finally let us go, which was to the benefit to me. Like I said, I had made the money both independently and also with the major. Then I'm back independent, and guess what? I just had. I just had a whole year of free promotion with a major label. That means they paid for street teams, they paid for marketing. The internet was just now really starting to jump right then. It wasn't popping, but you know, we talking about with the MySpace times and
Yeah.
that type shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just starting to jump, you know. So man, like I totally benefited. it totally benefited. It totally gave other people a view. So then I turned around and came back, and that's when I dropped the second album was Grace, and then the third album was a Z-Ro album, Z-Ro
Yeah.
versus the World. Yeah,
That Grace had that ride with a player. I was just playing that earlier, man. That's one of my favorites, man.
bro,
Classic.
that ride with a player with old Angelique, one of the only women from the S.U.C
Yeah.
was a motherfucker. Well, you know, man, you know what's so crazy? Do you know how I really came up though?
Hmm.
One day, me and Grace, we sitting at schoolhouse, and he was like, man, Grace. People don't know this, but Grace was one of Screw's favorites. He was like his little brother. So it wasn't about the music with Grace and Screw. It was more about family. He would be at Grace's house on Sundays eating dinner with his family, him and Los and Miss Grace and Mr. Grace. You know what I'm saying? And so with that situation, Grace, I was sitting over there with Screw and Grace was there. We sitting up there chopping it up. I guess Grace was finna do a tape, And Screw was like, damn, man, I got this lick. And I was like, what's up? He was like, man, it's this guy over at Southwest Wholesale. Go over there, tell him who you are, and tell him I sent you over there. Say, man, I went over there and hollered at hollered at Robert. His name was Robert Gilliman.
Robert
On
Gilman,
the,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, on the Southwest. So went over there, sat down, set up a meeting with Robert Gilliman, man, sit down with him. Man, that man opened up that wallet to me, man. I never looked back.
And that was the
Ne-
start of Straight Profit right there.
yep. Yep. Based on Screw word, he put me in the door. Yes,
Damn.
sir.
So talk
Yep.
about, because I'm gonna tell you something else, man, that's very infamous, with Straight Profit. Anytime, back in the day you go to Soundwaves, they had a CD on there, you know what I'm saying? You can listen to the shit separate before you listen to it and everything before you buy it. Y'all used to have them covers, man, them pen and pixel covers, man. Talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that, because you knew a Straight Profit cover when you saw it. You knew the Youngster
Yeah.
cover. You knew the Z-Ro versus the World. You knew that boy
Yeah.
Grace. You knew the DenDen cover. I mean, you knew these
Yeah.
covers, man.
Man, you know what's so crazy, man? Your boy. Okay, so man, like I said, I was during this time right for Straight Profit. I had just graduated from college, but while I was in college, bro, listen, man, and this is some real shit. I don't never talk about it or to people, but because I'm being interviewed with you, I gotta give the real view. I can't give the streets, the bullshit. Man, when I was in college, bitch, I was grinding.
Yeah.
I was on Woodfield, man, grinding hard. That's where me and Grace was at, and this is how I was getting through college. You feel what I'm saying? So
So
I'm
you paid your way through college, you know what I'm saying, grinding
yeah,
it out
man.
and shit.
Bro. I'm on the streets. I got an apartment in Canterbury, over there on Lansdale and Woodfield. I'm hustling every day, getting up and going to school in the morning, coming home, hustling in the evening, getting up, going to school in the morning. Period. Focused on finishing. My mind was focused on finishing school, but at the time, I guess hustling was it gave me an opportunity where I could study, but not be tied up to a job trying to take care of myself. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't saying it was right, but it's the
It
truth. You
worked
know what I'm
out.
saying? That's
Yeah.
what I was doing. Right. So my little Kevin, T little brother, he was on the block with me. He's another dude that was probably like 6 or 7 years younger than me, and he ended up working at Pen and Pixel because he could draw.
Yeah.
He's the one who drew the Z-Ro versus the World cover. So he called me one day. He was like, "Hey man, I'm over here at Pen and Pixel. I heard you doing that music thing, man. Come over here and check out the covers." But then Robert Gilliman at Southwest Wholesale, he had a contract with Pen and Pixel. So
Yeah.
if you was about that shit, you could go over there, put that shit on a PO, and send it to Robert Gilliman, and he gonna pay for it on the way to getting, because his whole thing was to get that product about you
Yeah.
so he could distribute it. And you got to understand this: this man had every record store buying from him in the south, west, southwest, southeast version of Texas, all the way from the Midwest, all the way down over to Florida. This man had every mom and pop record stores, sound chain stores like Soundwaves, Music Made in Austin, uh, man, all over Texas. They was being supplied with this product by Robert Gilliman. So at the time, man, in my mind state after Screw had introduced me to him, I was like, man, I gotta fuck with this dude because let's be real, he owned.
Yeah.
You feel me? He was the
Yeah.
man. He was the plug, man. Robert Gilliman was the plug, and if anybody tell you anything different, they lying. If
Yeah.
you from Houston, now if you was from Tennessee, you was going to Selecto Hits, or if you was from deep Louisiana, like where Boosie and them from, you probably was fucking with Gonzalez. But the plug for the and he was bigger than Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He was about the same at the time as Selecto, and that's only because Selecto wasn't really just only fucking with rap music. They was fucking with all kind of shit, you know, Tennessee bluegrass,
Yeah.
you know, the Chitlin circuit type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with Gonzalez, but Robert Gilliman made rap his priority, and boy, when he did all these mom and pop stores, and like I said, I don't give a damn if you on R&B, bluegrass. But the music that was selling, the numbers that was coming out at that time out of mom and pop stores was rap albums.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. So if you was a one-stop or a distributor and you wasn't pushing the rap products or you wasn't getting the hot rap artists in, you wasn't making no money. And it was just like New York at the time because I sold 100,000 albums right here in Texas.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about now. That's not all I sold. That's just what we sold out the door. I end up doing probably another 30, 40,000 albums independently. You feel what I'm saying? Before I ever even signed. But
For
like I
anybody
said,
watching, if y'all don't know, if y'all missed it, you talking about $7, $8 a CD. You know what I'm saying? Add
man,
that shit up, man.
man, I'm telling you, bro. After after situation, you know, like I said, I seen probably like about 1.5 million. But you gotta
Got to put it
realize,
back in.
I dropped 350,000 to get to that 1.5. So now we down to what? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then let's talk about this. Niggas don't talk about tax. If I just made 1.5 million, which means I profited if I made 1.5 $1.5 million, I profited 1,150,000. Now here come the tax man. He need 40 plus 35%. I'm
Yeah.
back under a million now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Okay, so boom, you do 15%, you do 20%. Let's just say I gave Youngstar 20% of a million. That's 200,000. That's before taxes.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
Some
saying?
nice, some
So
nice
what,
money. That's some nice money based off of what.
man,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
man, listen, man, when you 19 years old, bro, how many 19-year-olds do you know that have ever seen that type of money at one time? Man, I walked Youngstar. Look, it was so funny when I gave him the money. When I gave him his second check from the music thing, because his first check came from Want to Be a Baller. When I gave him the second check, we went to Bank America. Right here, it used to be Bank America on OST and Scott.
Yeah.
OST and Scott. We walked in Bank America. We were going to New Orleans. I wrote him the 100,000 check. He opened a bank account. I was finna get 10,000 out. He was finna get 10,000 out to go to New Orleans. They ain't have enough money at the bank that day. Yeah, it was late in the evening. You know, they had been cashing checks and stuff like that. So it was just a funny story, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, I got love for Youngstar, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, I know, when you spend a lot of time inebriated, fucked up with the whoop, your memory and thoughts of the situation are not gonna be as clear, just like your mind not clear. So, and then when you got your chest out and you wanna look like you doing what you're doing, or you want the people or the fans to feel like, it is what it is, you'll say, you'll bend the truth, you'll tell her lies, you'll say this, that, and the other, man. But man, when I'm sitting here telling you, bro, you might not never hear again, but you hearing the real.
Yeah.
Straight up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If it, and my thing is, me, if it's fuck shit, that with me, that's what it is. Meaning I'ma own that shit. It ain't
Yeah.
gonna be no sneaky fuck shit. It's fuck you. You feel what I'm saying? Not kind of fuck you. No, nigga, fuck you and stay out of my face. I ain't giving you shit. But it was never that. You feel what I'm saying? So man, I'm give the real information like it goes. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you, man, because like I say, people deserve. They want to know.
Yeah.
They want to know the truth, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Like I said, Straight Profit was one of them. You had your rec shops, you know what I'm saying, other labels, but it was like Straight Profit, man. Y'all were Yeah, I was dropping them. You had the young, you had the Grace, you had the. I never forget walking in Sound Waves on South Main and seeing that Z-Ro versus the World and
Yeah.
buying it right there. And that's to this day still one of my favorite albums, man. One of the greatest albums ever come out of Houston. One of the best Z-Ro albums. My best friend, I don't know if one of my best friends, Puff, I don't know if y'all in the Southside Holder. That nigga, that's his favorite album to this like of over everything. You know what I'm saying?
Puff from Sunnyside.
Nah, he from Mo City. Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man. Let me tell you something about Ro. Man, you know, people don't know Ro. First of all, Z-Ro is a very intelligent dude. As far as he was an A student in school, National Honor Society.
Hmm.
The nigga is really intelligent with his pen, bro. And you can hear it in his music. You follow what I'm saying? And I have to give Z-Ro props every time he did, because while everybody else was hustling and grinding in the streets doing dirt and stuff like that, guess what Ro said?
Hmm.
Man, I'll holler at y'all later on. I'm finna go get in the lab.
No
The
shit. You
man, the
dedicated like
man
that back then.
Bro, he dedicated himself to music, bro. I watched him, bro. I'm talking about I watched this man walking around with Jesus sandals on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in the dirt of the dirt, bro, and come from the dirt of that nigga come from the dirt of the dirt. And I watched him now today. I'm sitting in his 8,000 square foot house with a Bentley outside, a Benz outside, a custom van outside, a slab outside. I watched that nigga do that shit, bro, and he got where he got because he stayed consistent with his music. He grinding through prison, through everything. That nigga always had music to drop.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's why today, and it's kind of crazy. And that's why I say I would still fuck with Young if he ever got his head right, because me and Z-Ro the best of friends. We've had our ins and outs, like any two men will, difference of opinions. But guess what, man? We always end back up on the same page, and now we business partners.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful situation, man. Like I said, Mike D and Z-Ro, they have an album coming out that I helped with. It's called To the Hard Way. They about to shoot the video within the next 3 weeks, and we should be seeing the album on the shelves for summertime, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's
it's
up.
gonna be live, man. It's gonna be live.
Yeah.
What you think about it? What you think about this freestyle battles they got going on with old
Freestyle King,
E
man.
and Key and Flip and
Oh
all
man.
that there, bro?
Man, I hate to see that it went kind of, you know what I'm saying, it kind of got, in a different little light at one point, man. But shit. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the Freestyle King is Kiki based off of, I mean, shit. He been doing it the longest. You know what I'm saying? He is the most impactful. But then it depends on what you base Freestyle King off of. Are we
Yeah,
saying who's the livest freestyler? We go put the beat on who go the hardest, who gonna go the longest, who gonna whatever. And it's like, man, we talking about Flip Key and ESG. Them three different. They all monsters in their own right. You know what I'm saying? It's just three different styles, man.
exactly. And I'm glad you said that. My opinion of the situation is this: is because, like I said, I've seen them do it. I've been around it. All three of them individuals. At some point in time, I have a relationship with Key. I got a relationship with ESG. Me and Flip, not we cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but we don't just have a relationship where we'll pick up the phone and talk. If I
Yeah,
want, if I'm thinking about something, now me and Key don't talk every day, but if I think about something or I got something on my mind, I pick up the phone. Don, what's up, baby? Same thing with ESG. You feel what I'm saying? Now my relationship, like I say, is closer with Mike D and stuff like that, but still some, to a point where, like I say, we'll talk or whatever. But I told ESG and they all have a style. They all are good. And me personally, man, I think it's good for the game, man.
yeah,
Competition brings out the best in men, bro.
yeah,
You feel me?
yeah,
You gotta be men. It's our testosterone level. We gotta compete. That's what we bred to do, man. We bred for the game. This is sport.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So me, I love it. I just wish they keep it, just like athletes. You got these athletes that go to college together, then they end up in the pros on different teams. Man, after them niggas get off the battlefield, man, they go have stakes.
yeah.
That's what them niggas need to be doing.
Yeah. And that's what
Y'all
I
can
was saying. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
just didn't like
yeah,
the other side of it. But I mean, the competition of sport, like you got to think. I'm on there seeing ESG and Flip. You know, they freestyling for days at a time. You know, they were back
yeah,
hungry, like you say,
yeah.
bringing it out of them. You know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
shit was good for the game.
Now ESG, my personal favorite. Now I got favorites in different, I guess, in different venues of music or how I'm feeling. So man, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm riding this pretty Sunday outside on a Sunday or something, man, he got to go in the deck. I gotta put the Don in, man.
Yeah, yeah,
I gotta put the Don in, man. I gotta put Young Key in, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not necessarily. I like some old man key music, but I got to put the young Don in if I'm feeling a certain way, man. You know, when I'm bending them corners, you know, I'm gripping on that wood. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's pretty outside that car
yeah.
shop. Man, that's a key. That's
That's
made
a
for
Kiki
Kiki.
day. Yeah, yeah,
Man, that's how I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? Flip is more like, uh, I like some of Flip shit, but I just don't really necessarily jam Flip. Not to say that he ain't thorough, cause he is.
yeah.
Flip is a talented motherfucker, but he just not for me. When I'm in my gangster shit, mode or whatever, then I got to fuck with ESG,
With that
man.
Eon, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, cause he is that, and he go hard in the paint.
yeah.
Man, when I'm in my fuck you, fuck the world, I don't want to hear shit you talking about. It's about me.
Put that row on. Yeah,
Man, come on, bro.
yeah,
On one beat, baby.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so, so, and then, and it's the same thing with Mike D. You know, Mike D, he brings his voice. It's not what he be saying. It's how he pronouncing it, and it's that deep raspy voice he got, kind of like Jada Kiss. Not as
Yeah,
strong, but kind of.
yeah,
So you know what I'm saying. And then Mike D, you know, because he's back and forth, he's streets or whatever, you know, just that and the other. So me and him, I feel him on that street side too. You know, he gonna give you a view of what's going on in the hood. You know what I'm saying? What's really real. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
and I like I say, I love, I love them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Lil
yeah,
O. I like Lil O. He a hard writer.
yeah.
He might be one of the best songwriters in the clique. Now I'm not gonna say he the best, but he might be one of the best songwriters in the clique. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They
yeah,
all have their different techniques and their different music that that somebody can appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Pokey, he like a big bear. He just
Yeah,
get on the mic and rip that whole. I have
he
my
the hardest. He
Pokey
the
moment.
hardest pin the litter, man. I mean, that
And bro, and it's funny I brought it up is because I even have a emotion or a person inside of me that wants to hear Podine.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? See,
yeah,
it's this music to me is mood shit. So
yeah,
whatever mood I'm in, that's who I'm jamming. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like right now, man, me personally, I'm jamming like some of these new cats, man. I'm feeling like the little Roddy Rich dude.
right, bitch. Yeah,
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 I'm feeling him. I'm feeling both of them baby characters, the
yeah,
baby and Lil Baby. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Boosie, man. Boosie is another nigga that I grinded with and came and watched throughout the game. Me and Boosie, I was I was going back and forth to Mobile, Alabama, and that was one of his spots that he was coming in. You know, Boosie been in the game a long time, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm still feeling Boosie. You know, I'm a Jeezy fan always. Not Jeezy. I should say I'm a young Jeezy fan.
yeah,
See, I characterize my the music that I listen to and the people I love by the time that I was jamming them and what was going on in my life. So
yeah,
when I had those things or I feel that way, say like, I'm a gym rat. So I'm in the gym working out. I might feel like I'm trapping today. I'm
yeah,
in the gym, but I'm trapping on these weights. You know what I'm saying? So shit, I might put in a Young Cheesy. Or man, I'm in the gym and I don't want to hear none of you niggas talk to me. I'm in this bitch by myself. I'm jamming that rope. You
yeah,
feel what I'm saying? If I'm walking around that bitch tripping, you know what I'm saying, thinking about slabs and it's pretty outside, I might be in the gym on keep man's mood music, bro. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But man, like I love the Houston society. You know, I love everything about it, man. I love these kids that we got coming out of Houston, Cal Wayne. them Sauce Boys, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got an artist, my producer, Young Josh. He made the keys to the city off a Nipsey album, you know.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
you know, I'm here, man, but I'm more behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the money still flow, but I don't need the attention, man. You know what I'm saying? I just need that check to come to that mailbox, man. When I check that mailbox or check that bank account, I say, oh, it's a deposit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I like about the game right now.
Yeah.
That money
Yeah.
come quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them deposits come faster. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Back in the day when I first started, you had to wait on that paper check, man.
Yeah. Oh,
I
DJ
ain't getting no
Aggravated in
paper
here.
checks
Ag, what
now,
up?
man. I'm getting that cash, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so okay, the Z-Ro do I know he did Z-Ro versus the real. Did he do King over the ghetto, King of the Ghetto over there with y'all too?
You goddamn right.
Man,
Yeah,
that's
we did King of the Ghetto and Z-Ro versus the world, man. That's my little
man.
brother, man. That's my Z-Ro. Z-Ro is, man, honestly, that's one of, we business partners, but that's one of my closest friends. I consider Z-Ro family, you know. It's kind of crazy. This Corona shit been going on, and usually Z-Ro is one of the people, his girl and my wife, we all go out to eat. That's
Yeah.
our thing. That's our thing. We tour, my wife, Z-Ro and his girl, we tour restaurants around Houston.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about Bennigan's and and
Yeah.
Papados and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about fine establishments. You know what I'm saying? Where the bill be $500-600 at the end of the night for 4 people. That's the
Yeah.
type of shit we do, and we do that shit like once or twice a month. You know what I'm saying? It'd be funny. Me and Ro, we fight. We play games. You know what I'm saying? Food. The bill about to come. Want us to get up from the table and go catch it at the thing because we trying to see who gonna pay for it. But that's my family, man, and I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of the individual he has grown into. I'm proud from where he came from. I'm proud to say that I had some hands in helping his career get to where it is. You feel what I'm saying? And he got a lot left, man. See, the one thing about this rap game that people don't understand is these are the first generation, second generation of older rappers. So you got your Big Daddy Kanes and your Run DMCs and your Houdini. That's what, and then Queen Latifah. That was our first generation. Now we in the second generation of older rappers. So peep the game. Usually they say rap is a young man's game. You got that bullshit fucked up because you got these old rappers that's coming back and doing these reunion tours.
Yeah.
Man, these niggas are still making money in this music business. And guess what? Man, if Houdini show up, Latifah, Queen Latifah, this, that, and the other,
They gonna pack it
KRS-One,
out. Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going. You feel me? I'm gonna be front row.
Yeah.
I'm there. You feel what I'm saying? If I ain't backstage, you know, I got 2 connections, you know what I'm saying? I might be backstage, bro. But man, at the end of the day, man, you know, this game that I play in, it's beautiful, man, and I love it, man, and I've been blessed to be to have some success. Not as successful as I want to be, because shit, I want to be number one.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about because one thing me and Mike D were saying was like in Houston, you know, we had a lot of legendary labels, Rec Shop and Straight Profits. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of y'all, but one thing he was saying was that like he felt like a lot of the CEOs put the personal relationships over the business relationships.
In what way, though?
In the sense of like that kind of got into the way of the longevity. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like not necessarily being hard on the business because like you said, okay, Ro is one of my best friends. You know what I'm saying? You and Youngstar had a relationship. You and Grace had a relationship. Do was that for you in any way? Like do you ever feel like you put
Definitely,
some of the personal over the business?
definitely true. Definitely true. And it affected decisions. But guess what? You know, and me and Ro talk about this all the time. You know, that was the first half of my career.
Yeah.
That's when I was in college. So, man, everybody knows, man, let's say for a person that did things the normal way in their life, went to school, went out and got them a 9 to 5 job. Come here. Went out and got them a 9 to 5 job. And this is my girl right there. Went out and got them a 9 to 5 job and then turned around and went to work. You know what I'm saying? They did things the normal way. Well, I went to college, but the music business was my graduate school.
Yeah.
Me getting into the music business was my graduate school. So, bro, I didn't know nothing about the music business when I came out. I knew about business, but how could the fuck I know about the shit that I was gonna have to deal with, man? I was learning every single day. You understand? I'm talking about that. Now, thank God I went to school and it taught me to have an open mind. It taught me to learn. Cause you very few people use what they learn in school. They very few people do exactly what they went to school for.
Right.
But school is just a passport to say, hey, you can learn. You understand? You can learn different things.
It opened up your mind. That's what I always say with people in college. Like I still ain't really used my degree, but it's like you get
Right.
to learn like critical thinking skills and just different shit like
Exactly.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But to make a long story short, yes, man, I think it definitely affected the relationships because I was cool with these cats. We hustled together, we ate together, we drank together, we smoked together at the time, you know. And so you build a bond which keeps you from being as stiff and as strict as you supposed to be. That's why I say, man, shit, man, you know, bro, I had, man, niggas don't know, man. When I first signed that deal, man, I was paying individuals like crazy. All my artists got $9,000, $10,000 checks. These were the people that was writing the music for Youngstar. Now it's your responsibility to do your own publishing and all that stuff. That's not my business because I
Yeah.
ain't getting no money for that. So I'm not gonna set up a motherfucking information booth and say, hey, this is what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's your fucking job. You know, you just signed to do what I need you to do. So I paid all them niggas. Lil Flex, Kool-Aid, Solo, Grace. These are the people that wrote the music off of the album. You know, and then but as I think about it, hindsight 2020, man, be real shit. I might have gave them niggas too much.
Yeah.
Man, I was paying, bro. When you think about it, I told you I had spent 350,000. But think about this, man. I had songs. I had a remake from Beyonce Bills on that album. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Can you pay my
Yeah.
bills?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay,
here
well,
redid it. Yeah.
we redid it. Man, I had to pay her. I had to pay her 25 grand. Man, then I had
So
to
you were
watch it.
clear. You were clearing those samples. I always wondered if y'all was
You,
clearing them samples.
but I didn't clear them until I got big enough to clear 'em. Remember
Yeah.
what I told you in the beginning of the interview? I said, man, if I don't get big enough, if I don't boom, if I don't bust, bitch, I ain't paying for shit. How the
Yeah.
fuck you gonna make me? I'm an independent, bitch. I'm getting my money from over here. It ain't no way you can stop my money from coming. And then I'm selling out the trunk too. So my idea, my mind state at the time is, if I have to pay you, that means I did some shit.
Yeah.
That mean I signed to a major. That mean I made enough noise to you for you to know that this a nigga over here in Houston, Texas that remade my shit. So I had remade Beyonce shit. I had to pay her,
Yeah.
but
I
I
had the
had a
Michael Jackson on there.
man. Pretty Young Thing, which we flipped to TYP. I
Mm-hmm.
had to pay Quincy Jones for that. I
Yeah,
had
I
to
paid a lot
pay.
because y'all had the grip and grain. We grip and grain. The Tony. Uh,
I slid by on that one.
no shit.
Yeah, I slid by on that one. I slid by on that one because Sony had the rights to the song, and
Okay.
I would have slid by on Beyonce because she was signed to Sony at the time,
It
but she was so
was.
hot, I didn't end up paying as much as I would have paid. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I even had to pay, man, bro. But by the time I had was done paying for samples and producers and artists and youngster and writers, man, I had spent another 250 grand.
Damn.
I told you you gotta spend the money to make the money. But
Yeah.
see, we not talking about I'm profiting 10,000. I'm profiting some. I'm profiting some bread.
Yeah.
But don't
To
sleep
get
on
that
the
though.
overhead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 It was overhead, man. You know what I'm saying? And, I never, like I say, man, I'm happy. I never forget the shit or the way it went down or how it was gone. But you got to spend the money, man, to make money in anything you do. You don't take risks, you don't get rewards. And by far, that was the riskiest situation that I ever involved my money into. But the reward was so great, man. I'm getting paid today.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? See,
Yeah.
what I built was called a catalog. Yeah, that shit sell, bro.
Yeah.
Music sell forever. It ain't just a one-time fix or one-time sale. It sell forever. Man, it was so good. I said, shit, fuck it, I'm finna do an album too.
Yeah.
I never came into the game planning to be a rapper.
I was gonna ask you that if you had any intention. So it was just like, man, you know what? We getting to it, man. I'm gonna drop me one.
Man, you said it. You said it just like it go. Man, I'm getting to the, like that boy say, man, I be getting to the money.
Yeah.
So you telling me, right, I can spend, and then me, see, in my mind, I was like, shit, then you the perfect artist. You gonna line everybody up that you want to feature on your album. You gonna do work for hires for all these artists. You gonna run the business from a CEO's perspective, but you gonna be the artist too. So I was my CEO. I'm gonna be on time at the studio. Whereas it take them niggas a year to come up with an album, nigga, I was done in a month
Yeah.
and headed to Preston. In my mind, I was like, shit, man, if I could pull this album off on myself and at least make me 100 grand, I think I spent about 15,000 on my album, made about 150. Fuck
Swin.
you, fuck you, mean?
Yeah.
And you know, man, I hated waiting on niggas anyway. You know what I'm saying? So shit, that was my attitude, man. So now, man, right now my label, like I said, I stay in my label. My little brother, Morgan Connolly, he's my business partner right now as far as Straight Props concerned. And man, we moving forward, man. We got some big plans coming for 2021, man. And I
Yeah.
don't
So
want to take up. Go ahead.
now I was gonna say y'all got the two the hard way, and then what else you got coming up? I know we talked about that.
Man, I got the two the hard way, but I'm really pushing towards production. I got this kid, Youngstar, and he's my producer. Well, I'm working on grown man shit now. Scores to movies, soundtracks to
Nice.
commercials. Yeah, soundtracks to movies, scores to commercials. You feel what I'm saying? International music. We doing music for Chinese artists. Like I told you, he did Nipsey Hussle's last album, Keys to the City. So man, my mind state has went from, I've already done as much as I can do on an independent level from with the people that I have around me. Now it's time for me. Now that I have the knowledge to be successful, it's time for me to grow. You understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Pete? So this time around, I've been sitting back over these last 10, 15 years. Last album I dropped was 2015, which was the Takeover, Screwed Up Click, the Takeover album with the original Screwed Up Click. All the artists, I don't know if you've heard that or seen that, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah. For
dropped
sure.
that
Yeah.
I dropped the Takeover in 2015. But now, man, this time around, man, I'm back with a vengeance. All that shit that you asked me about as far as do I feel like the relationships got in the way of the business and stuff, fucking right. But guess what? They not gonna get in the way of the business now because I'm not developing a relationship with you. Our relationship is based on what we sign on this paper.
Yeah.
See, that's what's first, and that's what I've learned. So when we do a deal, like say I do an album with this person, I have before that money exchange hands, we got to put on paper what we gonna do and how I'm supposed to get paid and how you supposed to get paid. That way we can keep our relationship right.
Yeah.
See, that's how you keep the relationship right. But I didn't know that then.
Yeah.
Cause we homies.
Yeah.
We hustling on the block. I'm like, bitch, let's go do this album.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
You gonna be the artist.
Yeah.
This, that, and other. But when I got to Sony, they not gonna give me this money until everything is signed, everything is right. You feel what I'm saying? So
Hold on. They finna kick us off in 10 seconds. I'm gonna end it now, and then let's get back on so we can
okay,
finish it. Back.
bro.
Yeah. Man, I see we got Derek McKinney in here, man. He's
That's
working the
my
road.
dog. That's
Yeah.
that's our brother, man.
Yeah, I know. He
You know
traveling.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, he know about it. Yeah.
Don't you do that, man. Derek, put the balls up. Derek, go put that cane in the balls up, boy. But they don't know, man. We'll be talking over these boys' heads forever, bro. They don't know what it is, man. Your
Man, for
knees,
real.
hey, Donnie, your knees still hurt.
Hey, man.
Hey, Derek, your knees still hurt, boy. I just want to know, man, do your motherfucking knees still hurt? He talking about put them ribs. You know, Derek. Man, I met. It's kind of crazy. I met Derek through Ro. Ro introduced me to Derek,
Okay.
and man, and me and Derek had done business together, and then all kind of shit before we even found out we was brothers.
No shit.
And then we finally found out he was like, "Oh, bitch, that's why I like you." That's what that is. That what it is. You know what I'm saying? But Derek is also my business partner. And we do what's called the Texas Food Truck Festival, and you know, and he also is Z-Ro's manager, and you know, he's also my personal manager as far as the music stuff is concerned. Derek's a great dude. I trust him with my business and stuff like that. And he allows me to sit back, and I don't want to say lazy because I'm not lazy, but Derek is a good business. He allows me to sit back and chill and you know, while he does his little Mexican shit that he be doing, you know what I'm saying? That boy, Derek you throw, boy, I give you a card, man. Good dude though, man. I'm happy to be in business with these gyms. Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm so happy to be in in the situations and around good people in the music business this time around. Like the fruits, I was able to bear good fruits back then. Boy, these fruits that I'm finna bear now, boy, they finna be like some shit, like some fruit on steroids or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's finna be beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing. Knowing the game, understanding what you're doing, and having good people around you to fuck with where you can be successful. Man, I got niggas around me that don't mind breaking bread with me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We breaking bread, man. I got niggas around me that don't mind picking up the chick, man. That's our biggest conversation is who is paying the bill tonight.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, man, I told you, dog, I'm an open book, bro. Come on with it, man. Give me one of them hard ones, man, that's been on here.
Man, there's so much,
one of
man.
the
I
ones
don't
that
know,
I
man.
might not want to answer. You think, man, should I ask this man that, man? Come on, man. You my bro, man. You know, you kind of you got you know the key to the you know the code, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Man, let me see, man. What was some of your favorite moments as far as just making those albums over there? Some of the classic ones, man. What's some of the shit that really stand out for me?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I learned this a long time ago, and this ended up being a valuable situation. Man, in order to get this music up out these boys in Houston, man, you got to have a place to hang out with a recording studio in it. Meaning, like, we not coming to the recording studio to record. We coming to the studio for the vibe.
Yeah.
Sit around each other, hustle, to smoke and drink and trip and watch TV. Whoop, whoop. The music is what come up out of that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So me, man, you know, my you know, we was at the time we was recording at one of Houston's most famous studios for S.U.C and all the record labels that was down here was Uptown Studios. You know,
What was that at?
It was on Chimney Rock and I want to say Renwick.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
or Bissonnette and Renwick, something like that. But it was off in that area where in that area, and man, that's why I came up with most of my live and shit, man. It is in that area, and it's beautiful to this day, man. I still remember those times, and that's where I met and did a lot of relationships. That whole Yungstar album was recorded right there, except for maybe one or two songs. We recorded knocking pictures off the wall at Digital.
Yeah.
Tell you a funny story, man. I'm finna fuck you up. How I bet Beyonce. We at Digital. I'm knocking pictures off the wall, basically mixed and mastered. You know, Digital was the #1 studio in Houston at the time. It was on Chimney Rock, and it's also
digital services, I think it's called.
Well, at the time, it was just called Digital. Now, it immediately grew to something else, but at that time, this is where the real artists in Houston, the real people, man, bro, I came up on, we was still on reels then. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't on the ADAT tapes. We was on reels. I still, man, I can go I can get up right now, go in my house and go grab a original reel.
Yeah.
And fuck you up. You feel what I'm saying? But we was on at the time we was on reels, man. It's kind of crazy. But so I'm sitting in the studio, me and Youngstar, we mixing, mastering, knocking pieces on the wall, getting it ready for the radio. Guess who at the studio?
Beyonce.
Destiny Child,
Yeah.
Beyonce, Kelly, and what's her name?
Toya.
Man, why can't I think of the little chick name? She was the youngest one at the time, the little red one. She married to she be on that show with
Latavia.
with Tiny and Monique, not Monique, but Monica.
Okay, yeah, I know somebody, yeah.
What baby?
Latavia, huh? Is it Latavia?
Come here. No, is it Latavia? What's the chick from Destiny Child that be on the show with on the show we be watching with Tiny? Latoya Lucky.
Latoya Lucky, yeah.
So it's me, Youngstar, Kelly, Beyonce, and Latoya Lucky. We all in the studio together. At the time, Digital had a game room with a ping pong table. Me and Youngstar, man, you ain't gonna believe this shit I'm finna tell you. But listen. Let me look y'all in your eye when I tell y'all this. On my mama, what I'm finna tell you is the honest to God truth. And Jay-Z probably gonna get mad at me what I'm finna say. We sitting in the studio. Me and Youngstar, we playing ping pong back and forth. Latavia, Beyonce, and the chick that they end up signing later on that was the gospel chick.
Michelle.
She wasn't part of she wasn't part of the group at the time when she was there, but she later on, after they kicked out the other little chick, them two little chicks, she became a part of the group. She came the third one. What's the chick, the gospel chick? That ended the career. She wasn't with them at the beginning. She was a stand-in. Them four was there. Me and Youngstar playing ping pong. Beyonce and them sitting on the floor about 6 feet to the right of the ping pong. I wing my eye at Youngstar like this. I'm gonna hit them with the ball. And I on my mama, on God, on everything I love, bro. Youngstar tapped the ball to me. I leaned to the side and hit Beyonce in the side of the head with the ping pong ball. On my mama, bro. My mama just died a year ago, bro. I'm telling you the truth, man. You can add, you can write this story down and verify it. So, I say, oh, excuse me, ma'am. She throw the ball back over there, you know what I'm saying? Me and Youngstar go back and playing again. I'm on my asshole by nature shit at the time, though.
Yeah.
I pop her in the side of her head again. Pop her right in the side of that weave, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Damn near knock a track out of her shit. You know, she wasn't getting them sew-ins back then. You know what I'm saying? Damn near knock a track out of her shit. Man, she get up, push Youngstar out the way, grab the ping pong thing for her, and me and her start playing ping pong.
No shit.
On God, bro. And to this very day, I could walk up to that woman and she'd be like, DenDen, you stupid. So we end up building a relationship with them because I don't know if you remember, about a month after that, we end up we had a concert with Youngstar and Destiny Child at Hopeyes Pavilion at U of H.
Huh.
Yeah. And that was before they really, they was on at the time, but she wasn't beat. She was Beyonce back then. Now she beat, you know what I'm saying? All hail to the queen, you know what I'm saying? A good woman, man. But like I say, just a little funny story, man, how I met Beyonce, man, old H-Town chick, man. She's down earth chick too, man, you know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about, man, just when y'all, just a successful time, man, knocking pictures off the wall is out, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all really, some big dogs in the city, you know what I'm saying? And in the industry too, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling myself.
Yeah.
Shit, that don't matter. I'm feeling myself right now though. You know what I'm saying? But I was feeling myself, man. I was on though, man. I was, as far as H-Town, man, I'm on the radio every day, man. Personally, I'm interviewing, 2-3 times a week. We flying here, flying there, man. It was my time, man. And I ain't gonna lie, when it was my time, I really I grabbed it. It wasn't a situation to where I was willing to let it go by, man. I was demanding, bro.
Yeah.
Demanding respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming through. There go DenDen, there go Straight Profit, you know, they in the house, you know. I got a chance to really live that life at the age when I was supposed to be doing it, man. And I thank God every day for my decisions, because my success in life now has a lot to do with with me being that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know, man, the dub, man. You know what I'm saying? We promoted that Southwest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was on that dub, man. And when I tell you, when I hit, all the real niggas from the Southwest, I ain't even talking about the rappers that I had. Man, I'm talking about the niggas from Fondren, the niggas from Chimney Rock, the niggas from motherfucking me, you know, everywhere. Spice. Niggas from Spice, the whole Southwest, all the way to the SWAT, man. Them niggas was on my team, bro. I gotta send a shout out to Southwest Texas, man. Man, when I was on with this music shit, when I was putting it down, we putting Yungstar down. That's when Scores was kicking the little strip club right there on Richmond. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Scores. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, hey, say, man, Piney Point, man, all them blocks in the dub, man, I could go on forever. You know, Fondren, the Berry, Belfoot, Gessner, you know, Spice Lane, Club Creek, Woodfield, Forum Park, man, that shit was mine, bro. And a nigga
Yeah.
lying to you if he said it wasn't. And we were on, and I was putting them niggas on, man. You know, I'm bringing the whole hood with me. We showing up 100 deep. And I'm not talking, I mean, it was peace in the hood, bro. I'm not talking about 100 deep from my block. I'm talking about 100 from 20 from over there, 10 from over there, 5 over there. We bringing out the slabs, the business, everything, man. It was just like, that's when the gorilla niggas was on. You know what I'm saying? It was on, bro. We were doing our thing, man. And like I say, had I not ventured into that situation, you know, I wouldn't have never been able to put my name down in the history of Houston as far as music's concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man. You know, D-Rec, and that's my boy, man. He was doing his thing over there at Rec Shop too. I got them paid off that Wanna Be. I got him. He had Pat was his artist. Pat had that verse on Wanna Be a Baller. My business moves on that song, on that Wanna Be a Baller with Lil Troy. Got me paid and got D-Rec paid too. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that. How was your? Because I had LaTroy on, and I thought the "Wanna Be a Baller" thing. I knew that came from a Mass 187 record. You know what I'm saying, that he had. I think he had put out some previous years. But like, how do you play a role into that whole situation?
Okay, so you know, man, like I say, I'm a businessman. So I don't want to discredit anybody and say that, you know, my mind state was in a different place or my thinking was a different place, but my chest was in a different place at the time. You know, you feel me?
Yeah.
I came into the music business. I was a chess player.
Yeah.
I was playing checkers with niggas though. On one side of the board, they had checkers. On the other side of the board, I had chess.
Yeah.
So the moves I was making they was based on my business knowledge, which, because a lot of these, like I said, you know, this gang was filled with a lot of brothers that this was their way out of the streets. This was their way into the game. You know what I'm saying? So they came straight off the corner. You know what I'm saying? They came straight off the block. And I'm not saying that they wasn't intelligent, you know what I'm saying? But they just wasn't as they didn't know the business. Now they might have been intelligent in the business that they was doing before they got into the music business, but they just didn't know the game. So when you got a nigga that, you know, I'm a street dude too. I done my time in that area, but then I'm a college dude. I mean, I was on both sides of the fence, so I had the knowledge from being in school, and I had also the savvy, the trickery, the con, the fast talk, the movement, the swiftness from being around the streets. You feel what I'm saying? So you combine them two together, man. They made me whatever nigga want to call it, made me a superpower. It took my mind state to the level, so I was able to outthink. So with Lil Troy, when Youngstar did that song, I heard it and I was like, that shit jamming. I say, shit, just chill out. Don't worry about no money. We gonna see what we gonna do. See, nobody don't know in the music business, when people ask you to sign work for hires, they do that to keep you from coming back down the line and
Getting
attacking
that back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
Lil Troy, my nigga, man. We were beefing at the time, but that's my dog, man. That nigga a hustler, man. But I had to, because it was business and I didn't truly have a relationship with Troy, he didn't get the the chance to get treated like he was my homeboy. Remember we talked about earlier, you said, did I have some people that I was just handling because we was friends, I didn't get a chance to handle them right? Well,
Right.
Lil Troy, he didn't fall under that friendship stage. He just was a nigga I had heard of that I knew was a stiff little nigga, you know what I'm saying? But when it came down to the business shit, I was going at his throat at the time. He was from a different label. He was a different football team. We competitors. And you got one of my artists on your shit.
Yeah, you trying to look out for the best interest of you and your
Man, I'm gonna need that bread, but guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wait to see how that shit go. Man, I looked up and that shit had went go. Man, I went to call my lawyer and say, man, you need to get in touch with, I think Lil Troy was signed at Universal.
Yeah.
Man, you need to get at them people, tell them they owe us, or they need to take that shit off the radio. Matter of fact, they owe us and they owe D-Rec, your ass D-Rec. I got him paid off that shit. Them people from Universal sent that money in. Yeah, that was Youngstar.
So okay, because Troy was saying that everybody had did the work for hire. So Young didn't take the work for hire deal.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
That bitch had better not put his hand on nobody. I distinctly told that nigga, don't you sign a motherfucking thing. He better not have put his pen on bro. That one thing I wasn't doing. I wasn't doing no playing with them niggas. I was the old nigga, you know what I'm saying? I was see them niggas was like my little homies. You feel what I'm saying? I was the OG. I wasn't playing with them boys when I meant what I said. It was cool, it was player, but bitch, you better not put your hand on that pen. You better not sign shit Troy put in your face, and he didn't. And guess what? To this very day, he get a publishing check from that shit, and he got paid off that shit. And that shit still stepping. Music don't stop selling. Yeah, I got him and D-Rec paid, and guess what? I didn't even take a manager cut off that song. I let Yungstar have it. I did all the business for it, for him and D-Rec. Sent them people over to Universal. The D-Rec, they wrote D-Rec a check, wrote us a check, and I did not take a management cut from either one of them. See, that's why I was saying niggas be talking that shit like, you know, yeah, I'm a hog. If I don't fuck with you, like this Troy situation, me and Troy wasn't friends, so yeah, I was gonna come at him a different way. But hindsight 2020, me and Troy cool now, and I got all the respect for that little nigga in the world because he a hustler. Troy a monster.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, man. It's like Iverson told Jordan, man, I'm coming at your throat, nigga. I ain't got time to be thinking about you being the king, nigga. You being MJ. Fuck that shit. I'm finna cross you. And that's how I felt about Troy. Yeah, Troy, I respect you. You've been out in these streets doing your thing. And today, very right now, as two men, me and Troy sit up, smoke a cigar together. We cool, woo. But at that time, I was going for your throat because you had what I wanted.
Yeah.
What? Me and Troy were beefing. Man, Johnny Bonner had, I don't know if you know.
I had him on the podcast.
Okay, so Johnny Bonner, at the time, Johnny Bonner just got home from the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying? He was one of Houston's most notorious street hustlers. I ain't gonna say what he was doing because I don't know. I was young then, you feel what I'm saying? I was in high school when he went to prison. But when
it's on the podcast, if anybody watching this, y'all want to hear this episode 30. If y'all want to hear the Johnny Bonner story, everybody watching it.
Now Johnny Bonner, this old nigga was a monster. This nigga had Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown on his beeper, bitch. Listen.
Yeah, he told that story. Yeah.
Listen, bitch. That nigga had Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston on his beeper when they come to Houston, nigga. What you think they were getting from Johnny Bonner? And when that nigga got out of jail, guess who gave that nigga some bread? Whitney.
Yeah.
That nigga was a beast. That nigga called me and Troy to his office, nigga. Straight up. He came home on that Islam stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know how brothers be in prison, penitentiary, you know, they find Islam and that basically is supposed to change their life, you know. He came home on the Islam shit, so he was talking that piece. But he really didn't like me because at the time, this little chick he was calling his daughter was one of my little females, you feel what I'm saying, was actually my little baby, you know what I'm saying, at the time. And he ain't like that shit, you know what I'm saying, because he seen me, you know, he came home, he seen me hogging the situation, you know what I'm saying, he seen me handling how I handle my business. he really couldn't touch me at the time because shit, I was surrounded.
Yeah.
I kept my wit by myself. You're not finna catch me out of pocket. I'm not finna put myself in a situation, you know, I can't handle. Remember, I'm playing chess. The rest of these niggas playing checkers, including him. So he called me in Troy to the office. He trying to squash the beef, this, that, and the other. And I told him, I say,
Wait, so it got that big that Johnny Binder got in the middle of y'all?
hell yeah.
And this all stem from want to be a baller.
Fucking right. And if you ask that question to either one of them niggas, if they tell you it's not the truth, they lying. That nigga had an office on motherfucking me, Fountain View and Richmond.
Yeah.
In them, right there to the right. Scott Gertens is to the left.
To the,
right
yeah,
there to
yeah.
the right in them two-story buildings.
2 stories, yeah.
With Johnny behind the office. He called me and Troy up in that bitch. My first attitude was, man, fuck you, nigga. Old ass nigga, you calling me, you know what I'm saying? Blah. But you know, at the time, he coming home from the prison, and I didn't necessarily respect that. You feel me?
You young, getting money, kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Man, miss me with all that shit you talking about, homeboy. You see me getting at this bread, and you trying to come home and get me up out my position and figure out somehow to control so you can manipulate me. Man, I ain't going for it. Fuck you. I don't give a damn who you was in Houston before you went to prison. Nigga, while you were gone, other niggas done grew, nigga. My balls done dropped, nigga. Fuck you talking about? So he called me in Troy to the office. We sit in his office. He trying to, you know, he talking this piece shit, you know what I'm saying? At the time, man, you know, bro, my teeth showing, bro. I'm having everything I want, but I'm like that lion in the jungle that just killed a deer and got the blood dripping from his mouth and seen another one run across and he dropped that bitch and go chase that other one. Yeah. That was me, bro. I was hungry. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I got it, but I want more. And I want your plate. I want to put my plate to the side and I want your shit. That's the dude I was when I was in my full status in my youth. You know what I'm saying? So he called us over there. We in this office. We talking, chopping it up, and he telling us how we need to chill and whoop the whoop and DenDen, this, that, and the other. You got to respect him. Whoop the whoop, whoop. Man, I said, man, I got to respect him. What? Because you say so. Nah, man, I tell y'all what, man. Listen, Troy, I'm going to need to get that check about you. Period, point blank. And that was the end result. I got that check about him. And I love Troy. To this day, he a good nigga. I have nothing bad to say about him. But at the time when this shit was going on, that nigga was my competitor. And you know, just like any hungry athlete, nigga, I'm 25, 26, 27, 28 years old. What? I'm the hog right now, nigga. I'm coming at your throat. And you can do one or two things. You can get out the way, or I can roll you over. But I'm coming.
Yeah.
That was the mentality of straight profit. You know what I'm saying? We getting money. The profit got to be straight. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck you. Whatever you talking about, it's our world. I want all the marketing. I want all the promotion. I don't give a damn about what you got going on over there on your side of the page. If you get in the way, we enemies. Either you part of my system or you're against it. And my youngest was enforcing that.
Yeah.
What I'm supposed to do, man? You know what I'm saying? And because any game that you're in, you have to play by the rules of the game you're in. You can't come in the game and say, you know, I'm gonna build this wheel, I'm gonna play by. No, nigga, you're gonna get rolled over. You gotta play by the rules of the game you in. So if you're gonna get into music business, you're gonna get into the drug business, you're gonna get into the photography business, whatever business you're gonna get in, you have to take those rules of the business and you have to play by them, and you have to be the best at playing the rules. And that's how I thought, man. That's how I thought about the game, the music game, man. You know.
Yeah. Damn, that was a good ass story, man. I never would have known that, man.
Yeah, man. When we started this shit, what I told you, I said, bro, I'm an open book. I ain't gonna do no lying to you. Everything I'm finna tell you today is gonna be the truth, because it deserves to be heard. You feel what I'm saying? I hear niggas stories all the time and the shit they be talking about and stuff like that. But man, you know, I don't give a fuck about nobody being my fan. I ain't trying to impress a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I impress me every day. So I could give a damn about impressing one of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm impressed by me, by the person, the human being that I am. So what I'm giving you is nothing but factual facts, truth. What I've seen throughout the music business, what I've seen in my life, you know, as far as the music's concerned, and that's what's going on, man. You know, right now.
Yeah. Is it any other situations like that? Because you got to think, like, I would have never, you know, nobody would have ever known that it was a whole thing with you and Troy behind the Want to Be a Baller and, you know, all those types of situations.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, you know, I just, you know, it's kind of crazy, you know, and I guess being the individual that I was, just being still, just being 100, you know, I end up getting the respect for a lot of people. You know, Jay taught me a lot. You know, when Z-Ro left my label and he left my label. He did something with Presidential. Then he left Presidential. Did something with KO, whatever that shit.
Okay, pause right there. Who is KMJ?
KMJ. Now, you want to know how that started?
Yeah.
The nigga Jordan JJ, who was the lawyer that I hired, who owned a percentage of the company, stole Ro and took him over to KMJ, where he also owned a piece of the company over there.
The lawyer you were telling me about that you brought in because you said you needed no shit.
But see, this is the crazy thing about it, man. Like I told you, Z-Ro is my brother. So I never, ever would have held Z-Ro back for nothing that he was trying to do. Because I wanted to see him with the best of shit. You know what I'm saying? That was just the type of relationship we had. And that's the same thing with Jay. You know, over the years, it's been several times that I had been Z-Ro's manager. When he first started with Rap A Lot, I was managing him. When he was staying in Tier Run. 2015, I was managing him when I dropped the Takeover album. Then he went from, he was doing Fairs. He left Fairs. Then it was me. Then he went to Heavy. Then he left Heavy and he went to Dairy. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing about that Z-Ro, I'm gonna tell you what Z-Ro taught me. Z-Ro taught me having standards in the music business is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. If you don't have standards, if you don't stand for something, if you don't demand the financial attributes that you deserve, you ain't gonna be shit, man. Motherfuckers gonna run over you. Man, I'm telling you, man, that the people don't know that Joseph McVeigh, man, he's a very methodical individual as far as the business concerned. And man, you know, I ain't gonna lie, he probably tell you the truth. And he watched me. He took shit information. He took stuff from me. He took stuff from Jay. He took stuff from this person. He took stuff from this person. And it all got him to where he is today, man. You know, I'm just, like I said, I'm just happy to be able to say that I was one of the individuals that helped him get his career and get him where he's at now. But the fucked up thing about Ro is he still got a lot to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's an artist. See, he's not a rapper. You know, a rapper is somebody, in my opinion, that's all they can do is rap. But when you can make music, when you can, Z-Ro one of them niggas, that nigga get pissed off and kick everybody out the studio. That nigga gonna run back and forth to the mic. He gonna push the button, run to the mic, make the track. You know what I'm saying? He gonna download the track. He gonna do the singing, the rapping, recording.
Yeah, one man show. Yeah.
And I be like, Ro, you stupid, bitch. You the only nigga I know that kick everybody out the studio, man, and be like, man, fuck y'all, get your bitch ass up out of here. I'm talking about homeboys, females, guys, kicking everybody out the lab. I hope his ass is watching. You know what I'm saying? So he hear me, cause that nigga kick everybody out this motherfucker. Somebody just asked me was King of the Ghetto on Straight Profit? Yes,
Straight Profit, yeah.
King of the Ghetto was on Straight Profit. The album cover was done by Pen and Pixel, and my little homie from the hood drew the album cover to Pen and Pixel. Drew the album cover of King of the Ghetto. He also designed the album cover for Z-Ro vs. World. Shout out to my little homie, Lil Kev. Man, I don't know, I ain't seen you in years, bro. I hope you're doing good, you know what I'm saying? His brother, the T, you know what I'm saying? These was dudes from my neighborhood in the Southwest, off of Woodfield, one of the other places that kind of got I'm gonna say where my balls dropped at.
See, this what I want to talk about, because I done had people, and the only person I done had from the West on the show is Lil O. He's talked a little bit about it, but for the most part, everybody, they talked about the Southeast and different parts during the '90s, man. But talk about how it was on the West at that time. You know what I'm saying? Prior to going into the music and all that shit.
Man, the West, wild ever since time.
Yeah,
24 hour no tolerance zone.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's treacherous. The West, man, listen, man, they talk about this, that, and the other. Man, listen, the Southwest Houston is one of the most treacherous areas in Houston, man.
I had some cousins, man, used to be. I don't
Period.
know if he was over there in like that A-Leaf area, but I had some cousins, man, stayed in like Coral Gables, Stone Ridge over there, like Spice Lane area and shit, man. That shit used to be fired up when we was kids.
What? Man, so listen, man, the Southwest, as it begin to grow, it turned into gang territory. Crips, Bloods, Cholos, Disciples, BDs and GDs, and which was what my label was made out of. My label was BDs, Crips, and Bloods, all in the same room working together. They came from all over the South, all over Southwest Houston, all the way from Post Oak, Chimney Rock, Gasma is what they call it, all the way from Gasma Drive, all the way to Southwest A-Leaf, Texas. Back then, we used to go to Lions Den, which was where we would go do mixtapes and shit way down there on in A-Leaf, on like down there by Kirkwood, Richmond. Not Richmond, but Bissonnette and Kirkwood. So, man, I was one of them niggas that I was hustling in the Southwest, and I would go out and I hear these little niggas, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing, and me, man, being an older gentleman, 5, 6, 7 years older than these cats, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm gonna give you a chance, man, if that's what you want. We can do something, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I thought about it. I didn't think about going to find artists over here or out of town, stuff like that. Man, I got money in my hood. I'm like, man, that boy in Pay the Fool, man, I'm not leaving the dub, man.
Yeah.
And then look, this was crazy. Why? This is where my cockiness came from, because all the clubs and everything that was going on at the time, guess where it was at?
On the West.
In the West.
Yeah.
So you had to come. I'm the OG in the hood from all these different blocks, respected by every type of gang at that time. Bloods, Crips, BDs, GDs, they all had respect for me. I was just a real dude, you know what I'm saying? Fair. You know what I'm saying? I like to call myself fair. And I was able to go on all the different blocks in the Southwest and be known and do my thing. Get walking with open arms. You feel what I'm saying? These same brothers supported me. They rolled with me, they would ride for me. Man, I'm telling you, one day, boy, it's Bun B. We had a club downtown. I'll tell you how it went. Bun B wife birthday party. So it's a rap-a-lot function. At the time, Z-Ro signed the rap-a-lot. I'm managing Z-Ro. So we up in the VIP, you know what I'm saying? Bun B with his wife. Jay in there, we all in there tripping. I done brought my whole hood in VIP at a rap-a-lot function. Man, so I got robbing them from Gasma. I got all my artists from Woodfield and Fonda and stuff like that. So I probably got about 30 niggas up in a rap-a-lot VIP section right now. And I'm, like I said, shit, it's my time. It's my time. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, though. And I say this, in the game, you got wolves and bears. You got lions. They all be a lion's a vicious animal, a wolf's a vicious animal, and a bear's a vicious animal. Lil J was a lion at the time. So he at the top of the vicious scale. Yeah. Not to say that a bear ain't vicious too. And a bear, bear vicious than a motherfucker. But understand this, Lil J a lion. At the time, I was just a bear. You feel what I'm saying? And Lil J, because of Z-Ro and the way I handle myself, Lil J had taken a liking to me, just real talk. At one time, Jay offered me a deal to do my DVD magazine I was doing at the time, which was called Street Figures. He asked me to come sign with Rap-A-Lot just for the video and stuff like that. I turned him down because I always had dreams of being you, Lil J. I can't work for you. I'm trying to beat you. You feel what I'm saying? That goes back to the Michael Jordan and Allen Iverson story. What? You know, you live, Jay. I respect you. I'm peeping your game. I'm modeling my record label behind at the time. No Limit, Cash Money, and Lil J. Them is my influences. You feel what I'm saying? So I can't sign with no paperwork with Net 3, y'all niggas, because I'm trying to take y'all out. So we in, make a long story short, we in the VIP. I got my whole hood up in there, robbing them from Gaza Drive. And the reason I keep saying Rob, not from Gaza, from Janetta, from Piney Point. The reason I keep saying Big Rob in them is because this, you going to hear the story. This is the nigga who really let it be known that it's going down. We in a VIP. It's this nigga that used to work for me for my label, which I cannot lie is my homeboy. But he had got on some funny shit with the nigga that took Z-Ro over to KMJ. He left my label and went with them. Now, these two niggas is niggas I grew up with my whole life. From 5th grade, I known both of these niggas. So we sitting in the BMP at Bun B wife's birthday party, man. And I look back, me and Bun B standing next to each other. I'm getting interviewed. I look back, and this nigga is right behind me, breathing on my neck. So I do like that, man. Back up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he don't heed the warning. Now, again, I'm gonna say this is a nigga I've been known all my life, but like I said at the time, man, I'm vicious. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm no tolerance. I don't play. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm friendly, meaning like I'm a cool dude to be around, but I'm not gonna let you play with me, not one bit. I'm a hot wire at the time. So I try to back the nigga up. He don't move. We trying to get interviewed. It's already tight. I'm uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting getting a little bit stressed. I said, man, then I tell you to back up, man. I turned around. By this time, Bun B and his wife and D Red from Botany Boys was all standing right there and sitting down. And I turned around and they got close. I turned around and BAM! Clock that boy. Knock him in Bun B wife lap. In rap a lot.
Intersection, yeah.
So look, man. Here come the bouncers. They rush the VIP. And they grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? Man, my whole hood was like, bitch, let him go. Period. Let him go. We finna tear this hoe up right now. Big Rob, I love you, boy, because you was the one that was screaming that. That nigga Big Rob say, he was from Piney Point. Let him go, or we finna tear this club up right now. Lil J slide over there to me. Young Hog, what's going on? I said, man, this dude right here, I'm talking to the nigga I just hit. He don't belong in the VIP in my space. Get him up out of here. Lil J said. He hit him with the Ray Charles, man. Get him up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It went down, man. We finished the rest of the night, but the reason I told you the story because at the time when I told you, I said the Southwest was a power. We had the power at the time. You feel what I'm saying? We was on top of the world. And so with that being said, you know, nigga, you wasn't. We got the power. I'm sharing. I'm bringing my whole hood with me. That's the type of general I am. And I'm in the mix. So I'm not the type of general that's leading from out in front. Nigga, I'm right in the mix with the crew.
Yeah.
I'm right in the mix with the soldiers. If it go down, guess what? I'm scrapping too. Man, shit, I might start the shit, depending on how I'm feeling that night. In that type of game, when you in the music game, you dealing with criminals and crooks, like I've been saying. Man, bro, you either gonna be one thing. You either gonna be the dog or you gonna be dog food, bro.
Yeah.
You either the dog or you dog food, bro. Man, Suge told me around. I said, man, how you so successful, Suge? He said, man, cause I don't take no shit, man. I'm gonna go in a bitch mouth if he playing games about my bread, man. And it don't have to be like that because naturally business is supposed to be something that's smooth. It's supposed to be gentleman agreements. But how can you have an agreement with a nigga that's not a gentleman?
Yeah.
How does that work? You're not a gentleman. You don't know about us shaking hands and our word is a binding contract. That's things that gentlemen do. You know, I had plenty of gentleman agreements with multiple people in the music business. Mike Moore from Beltway 8.
one of my best dudes, man. One of the guys that was younger than me, and I kind of took a hold to him. He owns the baked potato factory.
Yeah.
So
that's over here in the Clark. Yeah.
He got one in the Clark, got one on Martin Luther King. Well, he also owned Beltway 8 Records, which was doing all the chopping music when Screw died. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember Beltway 8.
Beltway
8.
Yeah. So me and Mike was Mike Moore was one of my mom taught at Westbury High School, and Mike Moore was one of her students. And she used to tell me about Mike Moore. She loved it. And when he got out of high school, first he went to somewhere to play football, but he ended up at Prairie View, make a long story short. But he was one of the niggas I kind of took up under my tutelage in the beginning. I gave him a chance. I let him use my label to fuck with some of my music, some of the early shit that I did as far as chopped in. I ain't gonna say Screw, just as far as chopped and edited. Because, hey, man, if Screw ain't do it, it ain't Screw, man. It's something else. If Screw ain't do it, don't you call that shit no goddamn Screw, man. Goddamn it.
Talk a little bit about Screw, because I mean, you told the one story about you was over there with Grace King, and he put you on that game that kind of just changed, changed everything.
Man, Screw, man, I hear a lot of conversations about who is Screwed Up Click and which nigga is Screwed Up Click and this, that, and other, man, this, and man. Can't nobody answer that shit but Screw. And I kind of like put the Screwed Up Click in 3 or 4 different categories. You got your rappers, you got your affiliates, and you got your hang-arounds. Screwed Up Click is known for the rappers. So if you're not a rapper that has put an album out, you're not that version of the Screwed Up Click. Now, that's not to say you're not a Screwed Up Click member or affiliate or something like that, but you're not Kiki. You're not Mike D. You're not Pat. You're not Mo. You're not ESG. You're not Grace. You're not those dudes. If you have not rapped and put an album out in the stores, please don't say that you Screwed Up Click. And then you have some niggas that are Screwed Up Click that have albums out in the stores, but they're not. I don't really know how to call them. I would call them more affiliates, or I would call them second generation or third generation. Your Trays, your Flips, your this, that, and other. When I think of Screwed Up Click, from my perspective, this is what I think of. I think of Pokey, Hawk, Kiki, KK, Pat, Pokey, ESG. Them is my 7 rappers. Body Boys. I even think of them boys over there at Reckless, that Russell guy. You feel what I'm saying? Because Russell and Screw were stepbrothers, which a lot of people don't know.
Wait, you said who? Russell who?
Russell and Screw.
Russell from Big Time?
Russell, let me tell you something, man. Russell, think about it. How many albums, and let's be real, how many albums has Screw really chopped up? Albums that are selling in the stores. He's done it with 2 labels. Reckless and Don Key. Nobody else. Big Time has a official Screwed Up album, and Kiki has nobody else has a Screwed Up album.
Yeah.
Screw, let me tell you something. Give you some game. Screw say, me sitting in the Screw house, Z-Ro. He like, bro, I'm gonna chop Z-Ro album for you. I say, for real, bro? He say, man, I got you, man. I'm gonna chop Z-Ro album. Anybody knows Screw ain't rushing to do shit. It's a waiting game. If your ass ain't prepared to sit down and be patient and wait the time, Screw, you ain't finna get Screw to do a motherfucking thing. I give a fuck what they say. Screw say, I'm gonna chop Z-Ro album out. He gave me a list. He said, order this song this way, order this song that way, order this song that way on the wax. The day the wax came in, I go up right here on 59. I can't think of the street. It might be Commerce. It's right before you get to Bissonnette, coming from downtown.
Yeah.
You exit Bissonnette. Screw had a studio that he moved to when he left. First he was in Quail Valley. and he moved the studio from Quail Valley to over here behind this place that we used to all go to get product that was pressed up albums. They pressed up actual records. They pressed up CDs and tapes and stuff like that. So Screw was going to this place. His office was directly behind their office. The day that I went and picked up the wax for him to chop Zero's album down, they found him dead in the studio behind him.
Oh shit.
Man, so I walk in. I was like, hey, what's up? They was like, hey, DenDen. I was like, man, I need to get that wax and shit for that album so Screw could chop this shit up, chop Zero album. He was like, you ain't heard? I said, heard what? I said, man, they found Screw dead this morning. The very day, bro, that I went to go pick up the wax for him to do the product, man, the man died. Found him in the office behind him. I called Ro. I was leaving out that bitch. I was crying like a motherfucker. The last memory I have of Screw is we was drinking that goddamn syrup. Sitting in his house drinking syrup. He ain't had no cup. I passed that nigga my cup. That nigga damn near killed myself. Give me my cup, Screw. Goddamn cup, motherfucker. He started laughing like a bitch. I got you. I say, man, bro, I'm talking about, man, I walk up out that place. I can't even remember the name of that place that was doing the prison, man. I walk up out there crying like a baby, man. I called Ro. I was like, bro, man, Screw dead, bro. He said, man, shut the fuck up. I said, bro, God, I ain't tripping, man. I just left the people, from picking up the wax. Fucked up, man. That shit was crazy, man,
Yeah.
and I had relationships with a lot of them niggas, man, I wouldn't, a lot of niggas always ask me, it's another dude who is not a rapper, his name is DenDen also. He was another nigga that knew Screw. He likes to call himself the original DenDen of S.U.C. and official DenDen of S.U.C. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro, look, man, let me tell you something, man. So you can hear me real good right now, bro. Man, I don't give a fuck about that shit, homeboy. Me and Screw was homeboys. That was my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I've never screamed, I'm DenDen from S.U.C. Niggas put that title on me. I'm DenDen from Straight Profit Records. I don't need no titles to make me, man. DenDen, the name DenDen was not made by you, nigga. I made that name and I made it good for you, nigga. You can have that other shit, nigga, because I ain't never wanted it. You feel me? But my experience with S.U.C. has been from a business perspective. I fucks with these niggas. I throw concerts. These niggas is my homeboys. I grew up with them. I go back to Broadway, nigga. I met Screw through Big Jut. Big Jut used to cut Screw hair, and Big Jut was from the Mo. Big Jut was Grace homeboy. He took Grace over there, and Grace brought his clique over there. And see, that's
wait. So Grace got to Screw through Jut.
Yes, that's how Grace met Screw.
Okay.
Through Jut. Jut took. Okay, so listen, we used to go off Broadway. At the time, we was on Woodfield. We'll shoot the Broadway, go fuck with Screw. You know what I'm saying? Back when he was behind the gate.
This is early.
Nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas, how many niggas you know that didn't been to the original house where Screw was at behind the gate? Judd to come to the block, pick up me and that boy Grace, which he was known for. Now, at the end of his career, he was Matt Grace. But at the time, he was that boy Grace. Judd come pick us up. We shoot the Screw highs. Nigga, that's how I meet B. Scott and S.U.C. and start finding out about the niggas who was not rappers that was a part of the Screwed Up clique. Like B. Scott, S.U.C, Toon, the nigga Juice from 4. Them niggas wasn't rappers. Them niggas was street niggas, but them niggas was Screwed Up clique too, as far as Screw was concerned.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of these niggas be arguing about, this nigga Screwed Up clique. Man, miss me with that shit, homeboy. I consider the niggas that was rappers is the niggas who built the Screwed Up clique. They was the originals, the Kikis, the Pats, the Mike D's, the Pokes, the KKs. Them is the Hawks. Them is the original niggas. Them dead end niggas, that picture you see on them is the original S.U.C. Next comes the Pokies, the Moles, and stuff like that. Down the line, the little old made it over to, niggas say what they want to, but little old made it over to that house on for Broadway. He ain't come to that Quail Valley house. See, you got your niggas that went to screw house at Broadway, and then you got your Quail Valley screw head. That's where the Woods and the Trades and all that stuff are. Screw's favorite rappers and favorite people were 3: Z-Ro, Al D, and motherfucking me, Grace. Any nigga that tell you anything other than that is a motherfucking lie. Now them niggas, Al D, Grace, and Z-Ro, they were not of the first section of the S.U.C. But them niggas was definitely S.U.C. as far as if Screw could come back.
Well, Al D was though, right? Because that was his brother. So I mean, he was there from the beginning. Yeah.
Goddamn right. But he wasn't considered. I guess when I think about popularity and building the Screwed Up Clique and the popularity you have, the Kiki man, niggas say what they want about the Don, but the Don put the S.U.C. on his back. He ain't been to prison. He ain't took no breaks. He did little jail time, couple of months and stuff like that. But the whole time that Don been out there putting his foot in these nigga necks, man. Period. He is the slab king, nigga. Bitch can say what they want to about the Don, but the Don is the slab king. That's his shit. Don't nobody talk about that motherfucker on Sunday like Kiki, man.
That's a fact.
Pat was the player, man.
Yeah.
Hawk was the intelligent one, bruh. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm breaking out. Mike D was the street nigga. Pat was the street nigga. He was a player street nigga too. But Mike D was the street nigga, bruh. Mo was the drink baby, man. ESG was the gangster. And Lil O was the writer. Man, you ain't gonna hear, and this come from my eye. This ain't some shit that a nigga told me. This some shit that I was a nigga in the room that got to sit back and watch what was going on, nigga. Blowing on that good, drinking that drink, watching these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting back, peeping game, and deciding what I was gonna do. See, the whole time that this shit was going on, like I told you, I was playing chess. Fuck checkers, I was playing chess. Man, I'm hearing it June 27th. I'm like, man, this motherfucker's off the chain. June 27th was one of the hottest screw tapes ever made.
Yeah.
For Demo, and it wasn't a Pokey tape. It wasn't a Youngstar tape. It was Demo's birthday.
Yeah.
That's who tape it was. And Youngstar and Demo was cool. That's how Youngstar ended up over at Screwhouse. It had
because Demo brought Youngstar to the Screw, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Youngstar would have never been a part of that situation if it wasn't for Demo. Grace bought me over there through Big Jug. See, that's how it happened. You had the boys out the foe, which originated with Juice. He brought his clique.
The foe, that was like Dave and like all them, right?
Yeah, but Juice was the originator. Then you had your boys. Out the tray that came with B. Scott and Sock and Mike D and all them. That was your boys out the tray. Then you had your Yellowstone boys, which was Pokey and Chris Ward and his little camp. Then you had them dead end niggas, which was Hawk and Pat. You know what I'm saying? See, man, these niggas be talking that shit, bitch. I'm gonna break it down. And you had your Herschelwood niggas, because when Kiki was fucking with the boys with Herschel, he had them niggas over there at Screw House. Them niggas wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for the Don. And that's how the shit really break down. So these niggas telling these screw stories and this, that, and the other, and whoop-de-whoop. Trey, Grace brought me, Wood, Z-Ro. Z-Ro brought Trey and Dougie D. Flip came with Botany. Lil Will Lean is probably the reason that Flip ended up over there. Cause know the player, man. No, real laid back, real low key, quiet. Know the player. He a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Will Lean is more the people person.
Yeah, I never really met C-No, but like me and Will Lean, we're chopping up all the time if I see him.
Yeah, Will Lean, he the one with the charisma. It's
Yeah.
what they call it in the you know in the world. Charisma. Will Lynn got the charisma, so he was the one who do. But the nigga that could make them listen, it ain't but one nigga that could pull them all together. Guess who that is? Who you think that is?
I don't know.
Who is the one nigga that can pull everybody together?
It was Screw, right?
Don't let me after Screw.
How?
Mike D.
Well, now, yeah, living, yeah. I would say Mike D. Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
D can get. He fuck with everybody. He
yeah.
he the glue. It at one time it was Hawk before he died. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, and when I say that, meaning like Hawk could get Pokey in there. Hawk can get he could get Z-Ro in there. He was
He
fucked
was a
with
neutral
everybody.
figure in the clique. Yeah,
Right. Whereas, you know, man, shit, even in the clique, you gonna have beefs.
yeah.
Shit, you watching the freestyle shit going on. But that's just, you know, with brothers, man, you know, sometimes that's just a natural instinct. You know, when we competing against each other, you know, it could only be one king of the jungle. You got niggas pushing stuff like that. So you have shit like that going on, man. But shit, at the end of the day, man, you know, Mike D can get everybody in the room. He's one of the niggas that they all fuck with at different times. So he's one of the people that can really kind of squash beefs. Like, say, if this nigga here beefing with this nigga, he one of the niggas that can go in between and talk to both people, and he keep himself like that. But that's Mike D. Mike D is
No, I really fuck with Mike D, man. Like
yeah, he
that's
got charisma.
yeah,
He a savage. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. You know, and that's how it goes, man. You know, that's my take on that. Like I say, man, you got your rappers from the Screwed Up Clique, you got your affiliates, and then you got your hang-arounds, kind of like a bike gang.
yeah.
You got your patch members, you got your members without patches, and you got your niggas trying to earn a patch. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I break it down. You know, but if niggas was to ask me, you know, who I feel like is original and stories, man, I can tell you Screwed Up Clique stories for days, nigga.
Yeah.
Man, we done been in some shit, nigga. I remember we was in
Hold
the
on.
script.
Before we even get started, because they finna kick us off one more time. Let's end and then we're gonna pick back up with that story when we get back on.
Bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to this bitch. You know what I'm saying? One more time for your mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Southwest in this thing, straight profit records. Your boy DenDen, man. I'm in full effect with my boy Donnie, man, and we doing what we do, man. But ask a question, man. Let me see it pop off the screen. I ask any shit, man. I answer
Where y'all at? Let's get some
anything
questions.
you want to know right now. I will answer anything. Ask Donnie to ask me, man. I'm going to answer that shit like it go. If you want to know some motherfucking shit, this your motherfucking time right now, bro. I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut, nigga. Like some
Let's
baby
go. I
shit.
see my dog Droop in here. Droop, what up? Devo,
like
what
some
up?
baby shit in a saggy diaper, boy. I'm on this good brown, Donnie.
What you over there? What you sipping?
Huh?
What you over there sipping on?
Yak, baby.
The yak?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like me, man. That's
yeah. That shit that put hair on your chest, man.
yeah. Hey, we going to sit down on that yak, man, because that's my go-to, bro.
Hey man,
I fucks with that yak.
Hey man, we gotta meet.
Yeah. Let me see. How old was he?
We gonna keep it on a level, bro.
Okay, we got some questions. We got some questions. All right. Talk about the streets in Houston back in the day, the slab game and all. We kind of talked a little bit about that.
Hey, it ain't no game like the H-Town slab game, man. You know, no bullshit, no slap, man. This what used to cause the beef, man. You know, Kiki really it started with ESG. He squashed the north side, south side beef. You know, we felt like, I'm not saying this is true, but we felt like the north used to come to the south and steal our swingers. Now, see, man, you know, they got these gorilla things and all this shit, nigga. Man, say, listen, let me look in your eyes. Bitch, I roll real 8.3s and 8.4s, nigga, from Miss Davis, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Big Tex, ho, I'm talking about no clack, nigga.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about this shit y'all riding on that these
What you
boys
say? You say,
grinding wheel, then bought the goddamn motherfucking me shit for the motherfucker. I'm
yeah.
talking about, man. I'm talking about, man. Tuck and roll, baby. Original spider web.
We gotta, because you was talking about Mr. Davis. Talk about how you just couldn't you couldn't go to Texas Wild Wheels back in the day, and the swingers wasn't just readily available like that. So if you go to Mr. Davis, you know what I'm saying, you go and pay that 8,000-10,000, you know what I'm saying, for your set.
Man, and if you ain't real about what you got going on, you might lose your life riding on that shit, man. Hey, man, back in the days we was riding on white, man. It was like a casket. That's what I used to call it, man. You riding in that casket, bro.
Yeah.
Because niggas will take you up off them swingers, you know. But man, Mr. Dave, his wife, they was on Cullen at 16. Then he got a divorce for his wife. Then he moved right there on Scott and motherfucking me Reed Road right there in the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's where he had his shop and that's where he used to do his work. But man, hey man, these boys don't know nothing about riding this real swing, boy.
Yeah.
You know, when Mike D was swinging down Sweet Cherry, let me ride,
Yeah.
coming down slow on the damn
south
side,
side.
swinging
Yeah.
on fold.
Yeah.
Hey, he wasn't talking about this shit from Texas Wide Wheels, boy. He was talking about them real things, boy. You know what I'm saying? Being young and sitting at the park and say, ooh, look at that boy riding on them A3s. How you know them A3s? Because they got this, that, and other. Them foes right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, look at that freckle. Look at that freckle in the back. Boy got that feel swinging, man. Might have that freckle on the side of the on the thing, man. I'm talking about, hey, man.
What's some of your favorite, if it ain't slabs or just whips you had over the years?
Well, man, I had my slabs. I had several. I had a 1970 Covers, sky blue. I call that bitch dead eyes, blue skies, meaning my eyes was red, but the car was blue. Blue interior, sitting on them things, you know what I'm saying? Then I had a 1970 Cadillac Fleetwood, you know what I'm saying, which I ended up cutting up and fixing up, had that thing sitting on swingers. That was my two favorite cars, but shit, man, I'm grown now, shit. Nigga riding around in BMWs and Maseratis, that type of shit, Bents and shit like that now, but back then as a young dude, you had to have your slab. That was a part of being from Houston, you know what I'm saying? You going through the process, shop to shop. Get that car, get that engine right, take it to the paint, get it painted, go from the paint to the interior, get the interior done. You know what I'm saying? Go from the interior to the music, get the music done, throw them things on that bitch and hit that wall, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the being from Houston, man. That thing
Hit that wall. Talk about that Kappa, man.
Bro.
Talk about that Kappa, man, because y'all, that's straight profit era, man. That was prime time Kappa beach party.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, we hit that wall, man, and it was going down. You know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful situation, man. And like I say, man, I owe it all to the game. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? Seriously. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, it's been so good, man. But I just looked up and realized I gotta feed my child. I gotta feed my son, man. I'm here fucking with you. That nigga probably just looked up at me and said, "Damn, daddy, I ain't ate yet." So I gotta go, man. I gotta kind of narrow this down, man. So I can go.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Let me
But
see
man, quick question. Anything else, man? That
let me see what we got.
that
Came up with the ideas for the artwork. We talked about that. What was your boy's name who did the artwork? The pen and pixel?
Pen and pixel, Lil Kevin, man. Lil Kevin. He was from my block. He was from Woodford. He was my personal artist at the time because also he was my motherfucking homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Lil Kevin, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see. When is the Z-Ro and DenDen project coming out?
Z-Ro and Mike D.
Oh, Z-Ro and Mike D. Okay. Yeah, somebody was asking about Z-Ro and DenDen. Okay.
To the hard way, man. Z-Ro and Mike D, man. Two S.U.C. Two down, stomp down S.U.C. niggas, man. They got a group project coming out this summer called To the Hard Way, man. Single be in the stores. Only thing really held us up with this Corona shit. You know what I'm saying? Z-Ro dropped the Coronavirus album, which is jamming the motherfucker. If y'all ain't heard that Z-Ro Corona album, go catch that motherfucker. That COVID-19, that nigga. Hey man, that nigga wrote this is ignorant, man.
Yeah.
Go check that shit out, man. But you know, he dropped that during this Corona shit. You know what I'm saying? Quarantine, call it quarantine. Go check out Roll in the Quarantine. This summer, we gonna drop early July. We're gonna drop that Mike D and Z-Ro to the hard way. And when I tell you that motherfucker is S.U.C official, and it's gonna be some of the best Houston music you ain't heard in all time, man. For my screw heads, for my niggas that like that.
Yeah.
You know, we got our own special, you know what I'm saying? We got our own special thing up here, you know. For my niggas that like that body rock shit and that south side shit, you know what I'm saying, and that nigga I can control the world shit that Z-Ro be spitting, man, you gonna get everything you looking for. Cause Z-Ro and Mike D are on two sides of the world as far as music is concerned.
Yeah.
But when you put them together, well, they dangerous to the motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that. That's the next thing I got coming out. Mike D and Z-Ro. After I do that, I'm gonna be focusing on commercials, television commercials, and videos with my producers and stuff like that. Young Josh, he made Keys to the City on Nipsey Hussle's album, one of the Nipsey Hussle albums. Go look it up, Keys to the City.
That's one of my favorite Nip records, man. Yeah.
That's my producer that produced that shit. So I'm gonna be really concentrating on his career, taking this music game from the production side, kind of getting away from y'all a little bit of what I've done for most of my career. But man, I promise I'm gonna be back like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, man. I'm gonna slide back up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I never left. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm happy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good in life. I'm truly blessed to be just living with all the things that I've been through in my life, man. And you know, I'm here to pass game out to all the youngins. You know what I'm saying? Look, see, you know, I say this and I tell the story, and this gonna be kind of the end of the situation, and I'm gonna go. Man, you got two types of old cats in the game. You got old school and you got OG. There's a difference. See, a old school nigga, he a nigga that fear you young niggas. You know what I'm saying? He don't know it's his time to get out the way. He fear what y'all can do. He fear you trying to take his place. You know what I'm saying? He old school. He ain't gonna give you no game, ain't gonna teach you stuff. Then you got the OG niggas like me. Man, if you want to know, nigga, I'm that nigga that's gonna tell you, nigga. And I'm gonna get out your way. Cause I done got comfortable in life and I've learned how to make money in other ways. So I have to allow my youngins to come along and keep the game rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Keep the game fresh and let them get the money, man. So me, I'm OG nigga. I'm gonna get out the way, man, and I'm gonna teach. Whatever you want to know that got to do with this game, I will tell you for free so that you don't have to go through the shit that I'm saying, that I went through. And that's why I'm OG and not old school. You understand the difference? So man, at the end of the day, man, any of you people that's listening to it, man, you know, you want to know something, you got aspirations of getting in the game. And, you know, I'm not telling you to come because I want to manage you or I want to sign you to a contract. But if you just need some knowledge of game, man, I'm an open book, bro. I ain't tripping. I'm here to give away information, and that's the most dangerous black man in the world. Not the one that keeps the information to himself, but the one that shares the information with his people and his brothers and helps them rise up out the struggle too. So that's what I'm here to do, man. If you want to know something, nigga, get on my motherfucking me line, nigga, in my inbox, nigga. I'm gonna answer all questions. Anything you want to know, and I'm gonna give you exactly what you want to know, man. Because I'm real, and I live this shit. You know what I'm saying? Every day, man. I want to see my people prosper. I'm that nigga that opened the door, and instead of closing that bitch behind me, nigga, I'm sitting up in that bitch with my foot and my hand in between the frame, nigga, trying to let everybody else crawl up under as many people as I can get in.
Yeah.
That's who I am, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand-up dude, man. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't steal, man. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100. I stay in my lane. Stay away from it, man. I'm a hog. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hog. I ain't gonna get in your lane.
One last thing, because this is important too, man. Just in life, I could tell, you know what I'm saying. You've been on a fitness kick, man. Talk a little bit about, because I'm sure it was a decision, you know what I'm saying, a lifestyle change to go from living, you know, the way you were living. Man, the fitness, you know what I'm saying, the way you're at right now.
Man, you got to understand what being in the rap game in the time that I came in. I spent a lot of years sipping, drink, eating bad. Look, when you in the studio, bro, you know what you do, man. You eat Whataburger because we recording that
Yeah.
from 9 at night to 4 or 5 in the morning. So we got people making Whataburger runs. We having Whataburger. We drinking, syrup. Nigga, I went from weighing 285 pounds, nigga, looking like the penguin, nigga, to coming all the way down to 185, and man, looking like a motherfucking fitness man. And I wasn't playing. And when I did it, I started giving out the fitness game to my niggas because I understood as an artist, as a musician, as a CEO of a music thing, the people that are signing you and the people that are investing money in you, they're not just buying your rapping ability. They're buying a look that you are supposed to have so that you can sell and market yourself. The rapping game is the lowest man on the totem pole, bitch. Who just wants to be a motherfucking rapper? That's your starting point. That's your interest into the game. But the rapping is supposed to get you into modeling, acting, business ownership, stocks, bonds, annuities. The rapping is the tennis shoe contracts, marketing deals, publishing deals. The rapping is just an interest. But if you only want to rap, if you don't want to be bigger than you can even dream to be, you'll never get there. See, a dream or impossible is only impossible till somebody come along and do that shit.
Yeah.
Then it becomes possible. So, to my niggas that's aspiring to be rappers and shit like that, my niggas, that's cool. Ladies, that's cool. That you're on the right track. But know this, that's your interest in the game. That's not your pinnacle of your career. I want you to be a rapper only to get into the entertainment industry, but I want you to be focused on owning your music, owning yourself, and establishing yourself as a brand, as where you can venture out into all the other stuff, because the real money come after the rapping.
Yeah,
man, bro, I didn't see no money in the game, bro, until I got stiff, until I stopped fucking with these niggas, until I lowered my schedule, and then I began to see the money, man. You know, as long as sometimes you get in the rap game and you got these leeches pulling on you. They everywhere. Niggas that don't rap, they hang around. They pull it, man. Let me get $100. They trying to get money so that they can invest in what they do in the streets. They don't want to rap. They just want to leech and feed off of your success. You know what I'm saying? So once I learned that, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, it was all college to me at the beginning. Once I learned that and got all them niggas away from me, then I began to see change, man. You know what I'm saying? And virtually a nigga can sit up right now in his life and sit on his ass, man, and do what he do and watch them checks come in the mailbox every quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That music money gonna come.
Yeah.
Every quarter. You know what I'm saying? So now at the stage I'm at in my life, you know what I'm saying? I got a baby on the way. I'm married, just got married 2 years ago, love my wife, and in the stage I'm at in my life now, you know, I'm in a whole different type of grind now. See, my grind then was grinding for now. My grind now is grinding for after I death. See, I'm at the point now I'm putting up money for kids, putting up money for wives, putting up money for things that's going to need to function when I'm going on. So my sons don't have to get in the game and depend on nobody. They going to have a starter kit. They going to have a starter kit, man. And that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I ain't gonna keep you, man. I know we didn't set up here for about 2.5 hours.
2.5?
We did 2.5, man.
Hey, man, that ain't no, that's square talk, though.
Yeah.
That's square talk. You know what I'm saying? It allowed us to get what we with. But, man, I'm going to say this, and like I said, go. One more question, man. One more. Anything else you can think of, man. Anything else that
one more. Let me see if I can get one from the people watching. One more. Let's get one last question from it.
Hey, man, what y'all need to ask me, man? One more question and I got to go, man. My family need me, man. I done took the whole evening out for my family. Boy, that ball is shiny. Boy, I'm pretty than a motherfucker, boy. And like that boy say, boy, I will go settle down, but I got a fresh haircut. You don't need me, man. talk, man, with my boy Donnie Houston, man. It's your boy DenDen from Straight Profit Records, man. Infamous, man. I don't want to call myself famous, you know what I'm saying, but I'm definitely
Legendary, man. I'm gonna put it on you, man. Legendary
a
CEO,
founder
man.
of the what up? Hey, that's my boy. I see my partners from Facebook and stuff kicking in, man. You just kicked in, and I told you, man, we dropping that Mike D and Z-Ro to the hard, and once we drop it, it's going down, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you wanted to know, man, that's where I'm at with that, man. But man, Z-Ro, what's up, Jug? I see you, bro. Yo, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? 100 Jug with. That's one of my partners, man. He from Louisiana. He used to come down and record at my studio, man. Always been a good stiff nigga, man. Y'all go fuck with him, man. He got some good music. But man, it's so many people that I can shout out and say their names, man. But man, one thing about me, man, y'all niggas know who I fuck with. You know if I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? You know it's real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not finna sit up here and fraudulently scream out names and shit like that, man. But you know if I fuck with you. You know if me and you 100. If we ended our relationship on a good way, or if I don't fuck with you all at all, because I'm one of them type of niggas. It ain't gonna never be a secret, man. Do Den fuck with me? Bitch, you know Den don't fuck with you, ho.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I
Yeah.
fuck with you, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Jug, you know I fuck with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We done plenty of business. He a good nigga, man. Y'all go look him up, man. He's in the comments. He got some good music too, man. You know. But at the end of the day, man, all I'm striving to be is the best I could be, man. I love the game. I love this music game. I love what we do, man. And I got game for free.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that shit? Man, I got game for free, man. Get in my motherfucking inbox, man. If you want to know something about this entertainment industry, legal questions that have to do with should you do this, what type of moves you should make, man. If you serious, man, inbox me, man. I answer your question. And I ain't trying to listen. I ain't asking for no money. I got bread.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I need to take advantage, man. Anybody watching this, man, y'all need to be taking advantage, man. Get your questions
Man,
ready, man.
I don't need your money, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't capping. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give back the way that I was taught to. It's called pay it forward. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anybody that want to know something, anybody got questions that you know they seriously trying to ponder what they trying to do with their life as far as music is concerned, which ways they should go. You know, I know. I don't think, I'm telling you I know. And I'm not gonna answer no question that I don't truly know. I'm not gonna like mislead you like because I'm capping or I'm trying to give you just some game. I'm gonna tell you the real, you know what I'm saying? So if you need something, you know something, you want to know something, you know, I ain't signing no artists. I don't want to manage nobody. You feel what I'm saying? I got my own shit going on. But I will give you some game that could potentially help you be successful in what you're trying to do yourself. I will tell you what to look out for. I will tell you the pitfalls and stuff that I experienced in the game, you know, and I'm doing it for free, bro. Yeah, I'm doing it out of love. I want to see my people on, man. This our music. This rap shit is ours. And I ain't going to act like it's not. It belonged to us. And I'm only going to give it to us, the game that goes with it. Everybody else, they got to learn on they motherfucking own, you know what I'm saying? Minorities, you know, and that's not to say nothing bad. What up, Square?
Squares in, oh yeah, for sure. Some more to be. Oh yeah.
Right, 3,000. What's up? What's up, my brother? You know what I'm saying? To the east, my nigga. To the east, you know what I'm saying? But I will give game away without a problem, you know. But look, man, I love y'all. Donnie, I appreciate you like a motherfucker for
Man, I
taking
appreciate you,
time
man.
out your schedule to give me this platform to spit. But man, I got my whole family. Look, I'm out on the patio. I've been out here for 2.5 hours. They side eyeing me like a motherfucker, man.
It's all good. Listen, man, I appreciate you, man, taking time out to chop it up with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate
We
the
gonna have to
music
do
over
it
there.
again, man. I feel like
Oh
we got
yeah.
another 2 hours in us.
Yeah. Nah, we're gonna be in contact
have
for
to
sure.
have part 2, bro.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
This is square shit, man. We gotta have part 2, bro. You know what
We
I'm
gotta
saying?
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gonna blow this out the water, man. Part 2, man. We'll come back and we'll touch on, you know, after you watch it and do your editing and stuff like that. We'll check on some topics that we didn't talk about, man. Straight up.
For sure.
But
For sure.
100, man. Much love, man, on the Masonic stuff, man. To the east, man. You know,
Sure.
hold on, DenDen been knowing you since kicking with Red. Oh yeah, you know, man, Red, man. R.I.P. H.I.P. man, H.I.P. You on the H.I.P. Red, man. For sure, that's my little brother, man. I love that nigga, man, and for sure, man, definitely to the east, bro. You know, I love my craft. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That shit is embedded in my soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because of that, that's one of the reasons why I'm so willing to share information with my people and give you guys game that I've learned, shit that I've been penalized for, shit I paid to learn. I'm willing to give it y'all for free, man, because out of the love of the situation. You did, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, anybody want to know something, man, fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? I got you. My inbox, you see me on here. I expect to see my page is free, open. So you motherfuckers, y'all can go to my page, inbox me, man, and I'm gonna give it to you raw. If you don't want it raw, don't get in my inbox, bitch, because I might offend you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. Man, the hog is back though, man. Like Mike D say, man, the hog is back, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
back in this thing, man, and I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm back with a vengeance, man. I came back like that boy say, the man, to take everything that I left on the table last time, bro. I want the crumbs. If it's a nickel bag being sold in the park, bitch, I want in. It's my motherfucking right. I got the right, nigga. I
Yeah.
want it, D.
Yeah.
Fuck with me, bro. One love, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm out of here, man. Like last
That's a bet. All right,
100.
man.